Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling, then you should probably go to Germany, Alberhausen.
Yes.
Wow, that was just flowed like gravy, didn't it?
Sehr gut.
Oh,
Did you have a nice time on your holiday, Maffew?
Oh, to Germany.
Yeah,
I
tell
did.
us all about
Thank
it.
you, Pacitti. I wasn't going to bring it up at all.
It hasn't aired yet, so we can't talk about the...
Some of it has.
Days 1 and 2, you were saying?
Day one, an
Day
ambition.
Day fine.
Right, so
And
this is 16 carat if you're not following by the
Day
way.
2 hasn't yet.
Okay.
Ambition has, though. The shoot tournament that goes on during the same weekend.
Oh, yes.
It's not actually shoot, but it looks it.
Were you there
This
for
is
all
a
of
shoot,
it?
brother. Yes, I was all for every bit of it.
Did you get drunk?
I did get drunk.
Oh.
And I finally found out that like the Germans always talk about, oh, drink of the beer, B-I-E-R. And
Drink-
it's going
drink
great.
of the beer.
Yeah, that's German.
Jamaica, yep.
And even said like, we love the podcast, we love Cultaholic.
Nice.
We don't like it when you do these impressions. I'm like, I'm sorry, they are.
Here's
The
a
first
stay.
two things will happen, and the third is also going to happen.
Oh, es tut mir leid. I mean, sorry.
And they're like you're
Deutsch.
German. They're like you, Jack.
Because I can speak a bit of German.
I think they were impressed because everyone else is like, doing the Duolingo. Eine Kaffee, me, like horrible. Yeah, like the beer that they have at the venue is like, oh, you drink it, and obviously the head's so big you think Al Snow's going to be the bartender. And then you gone back to the hotel, it was like, I don't know, like white beer or something they were calling it, and he comes with a huge, it was lovely.
Delicious.
I'm not usually a beer drinker, but it was like, there's actually good beer here. Oh,
Lots
thank
of really great wheat beers there. Germans
Right.
are great country for
Yeah,
drinking.
and also the German fans, like I said, they were all amazing. Like, there's not one dickhead, and if there was, they were speaking German, so I couldn't understand them. So fair play to them. Yeah, it's like some of the best wrestling in the world. Some of the storylines that I've taken, not to go over and over and over, because like I said, if you're a WXW fan, you'll know about it. But if you're not, like I said, I think it was Fighting Spirit magazine that said WXW 16 Carat, and also World Tag League later on, is like, if you can't afford WrestleMania, this is a very decent, like, cheaper alternative. And it's like, absolutely.
Where's Ross?
Why are you asking Maffew?
I don't know, I just thought,
Ross is
Oh,
still-
I'm glad you
I
asked
was
me that
just
question,
feeding
Jack.
us in for the
Yeah.
for the explanation.
Ross is still dead. He's not, obviously. He's been poorly. There's been no
Yeah,
WTF this week. Hopefully he'll be back tomorrow, but if not, next week. He's on the mend. It's fine. It's just a
he's
bad cold.
He's setting up Cultaholic Pro Wrestling.
Oh,
That's what-
yeah.
He's not.
Oh,
Don't
nice.
worry about that.
Chill out.
Rossaholic starts next week. Ross. But I know last thing, there's a guy called Toby. Now, I have to mention this because it's at McDonald's, and again, you can like, oh, hello, Maffew. And he said, oh, I love the podcast. When I'm driving to wrestling events, I have that on in the car. And one time, Maffew, you said something so funny, I nearly crashed my car.
Wow.
So, Toby,
Nearly caused a murder.
I'm like, how do you react to that? Like,
Yeah.
I'm glad. Like, next time we're doing the podcast, pull over.
Oh,
I'll give you a warning. I'll go, Toby, what? Pull over. Toby, pull over.
be careful on the autobahns, lads and lasses. Yeah, the autobahns.
Wow, wait a minute. Hang on. Do you want to try it again?
No, I'm all right.
Okay, cool.
Satisfied with that.
And anyway, again, Germany, yay. And they all love the Hasselhoff. I've been looking for freedom.
It's a great
I've
song,
been
that.
looking so long. Song. It turns out, like, you go, oh, yeah, that's why I have a song. You start singing that song, they all join in.
Wait, was he actually German, or has he just got a German?
No, he's
surname?
trilingual, I think.
I think he was born there and then went to America, maybe.
Oh, okay, maybe.
I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure.
Because I watched his roast and they all, like, ragged on him for that.
He did a song about cars as well.
Gary Newman, Cars.
No, different
No,
one.
okay.
Hasselhoff
Get in
did a
my
car.
car.
Get
Yeah.
in my. Is that it? Get him. Is that it?
Yeah.
My
Yeah, it was
dreams.
going to be a
It's
Silence of the
all
Lamb soundtrack. Get in my van. And Do. But that was it. That was the one that we liked. And also, there's a rap song that they play. Called
Cash Money
Nordish.
Erkan.
Got nothing to do with
Yeah,
Hasselhoff.
God.
Called Nordish by Nature. And the first time we came over to Germany, we all sat around, and the song comes on. It's got the Ghostbusters theme in the background. I'm like, all right, it's German rap. But then the chorus is them going, Nordish, 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 Nordish. And they go, da, 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 da. Like that, actually sing the da, 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 da. And we didn't know what Nordish means, which apparently is north in Germany. And it's like north. So we thought they were going, Norwich, 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 Norwich. Da, 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 da. Oh, big WAW fans. Anyway, enough about me talking about Germany. How the hell are you both?
I'm poorly.
Quite tired today, but I'm all right. Power through.
Like every time I'm like, hey, got like
No,
podcast.
I'm
How
normally-
you doing that? I'm dead.
I'm normally fine. Today I'm quite tired, but I'm all right.
This week's been a killer. So I had to take yesterday off.
Good.
The Fastlane just absolutely ruined me.
You had to sit in a
for
dog
about-
cage.
Yeah, it wasn't even just that. It was just like the schedule of it. Because then I didn't sleep for about 30 hours or something. And then Jack very generously stood in for me on Graded yesterday, so I could stay in bed and have a little kip.
I was filled in for Ross as well. I'm like a super sub. I'm like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. No, but I was really happy with the response to the reactions video, just considering one of us was in a dog cage. Still, it went all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe because of that, actually.
Ross isn't getting away with it, by the way. Stay tuned. Because that's bollocks. That is, he's got to do the punishment. I haven't done my envelope yet, whatever that means. But.
So are you implying that he pulled a Shawn Michaels?
He lost his smile.
I lost my smile.
Yes.
I can't blame him. It wasn't nice, and apparently this one's not nice either. I've got a...
Are any of them nice?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I can't think of... Well, obviously, punishment.
That would suck. You take your own goes, I've got your bag of sweets.
We should do one, a reward for being... But then
treat.
Ross just gets something nice because I can't win him. Anyway, yeah, fine is the answer, Maffew.
That's fantastic.
Fine and dandy. Let's talk about Fastlane.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fastlane. The pre-show. It just says pre-show and that's it. New Day defeated Nakamura and Rusev in a match that got surprisingly decent towards the end, considering it was thrown together at the last minute.
Yeah,
I agree.
It was all right.
Over there.
Then Kofi got called backstage to Vince McMahon's office. What? We know what happened. But at the time, it was like, whoa. And for, in the build-up, we were all saying, is it too predictable? And it wasn't that predictable a show. Is it your mum again?
Sorry. No, it's... Go on.
Okay.
My phone decided to make a noise. I'm sorry.
But it actually wasn't that predictable, really. It was actually all right. There was a lot of twists and turns on the road to WrestleMania.
Some good, some bad.
Yeah.
Certainly. Yeah. But no, I thought it was overall a really, really good show. I've watched it back since. And that US title match and the WWE title match were both terrific. I guess we'll get to those very shortly.
Miz and Shane versus the Usos, which is very strange because Miz was obviously super over. He's in the state of Ohio. Not like, yay, Miz. It kept on going and going. Shane blocked a splash off the top rope with his coast to coast,
which was cool.
It was going banana. And then I didn't win. It's all right. That's a thing from Foley's book. I think I do the rest of it.
Banana. What was that?
Yeah, no, that's... which wrestler... He appeared a few times last night at Heat to train Foley for the I Quit match. It wasn't the Sheik, it wasn't Backlund, it was the other one.
Okay.
The crowd, they went banana.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah. What's his name? I have to Google him during the breaks. Pretend that I've just discovered his name. But yeah, the Cage. She looked like a chicken wire, but not a chicken wire. That guy.
Right.
Anyway, he was also not in this match. And then Shane McMahon turned on the Miz, which I wasn't expecting because the Miz is usually the bad guy. He's got the poo-eating grin on his face all the time, and he's the Miz. So, and Shane's like Attitude Era guy, so I thought like all the guys who come watch WrestleMania once a year would be like, yeah, Shane. So turning Shane is weird because I thought the whole thing was going to be Miz wants the trophy and then he just shoves Shane out the way to get the trophy. He's going to be best in the world. And now Shane's the bad guy.
I like it.
I like it as well.
I like it
a lot. I just think the Miz thing was so predictable. We know Miz is an unbelievable heel.
Yeah.
But this is the first time babyface Miz has ever really worked. His original babyface turn was bad. When he was doing the figure four and Ric Flair was his buddy.
Well, I agree with you to an extent, but this is like a week afterwards and it was still in his state area, right? SmackDown and everything else like that. It'll be interesting to see if they can do that where it's not Mizland.
Yeah, he's so lovable. He's having a kid again. Yeah, it's great.
Ugh.
Monroe Sky too. I thought that Monroe Sky was a band back last year.
It sounds like a band that you would have the T-shirt of.
No, it doesn't. It sounds like a band that would do the theme tune for NXT events. That's
a good one.
Well, I said it last year. I thought that was what it was because Ross was like Monroe Sky. Oh yeah, and I was like, is that the band who did Take Over New Orleans last night? And he was like, no, that's Miz's firstborn.
I love stealing lines.
And then everyone just made jokes about me having a stiffy for a bit as well. It's coming up to the 1 year anniversary of that.
Have you really not heard this? You look confused.
Heard what?
Do you never watch our content?
I've been in Germany.
No, this was last year. This was WrestleMania weekend last year.
Oh no, the Cultaholic Daddy's Twitter feed.
Yeah, right.
These are the greatest hits. The
The
bare bones that I need to pass off that I watch a show all the time. Yes.
Yeah.
No,
something about your dick.
Okay.
No, I didn't. Carry on.
Wow, look at that dick. Asuka defeated Mandy Rose after accidental Sonya apron trippage.
This is in my notes. Yeah.
I just trying to translate that.
Did you not like that?
No, not at all. Because I just think it made Asuka look really lucky, and that's not how she should be booked, especially in the run-up to WrestleMania. It just looked like she had chanced upon a win because Sonya's a moron.
But she did kick her face off, though.
Yeah, she legit stiffed her. Well, not on purpose, I don't think.
Hey, stiff, like your car.
It's all been done before.
No, I didn't enjoy it, and I thought the match was meh as well.
Really?
Yeah, you said more than I was planning on doing. Again, I thought Mandy Rose was going to beat Asuka here via screw finish, then we have the Naomi blow-off at WrestleMania. Then Mandy Rose beat Naomi in about 20 seconds on SmackDown, so who knows? The Bar defeated Kofi Kingston because Vince McMahon, I was pretty sure he said that Kofi Kingston would be the triple threat.
I said that.
But
He said the WWE title match will be a triple threat.
No, he didn't. Watch it back, right? I've
Yeah,
something
he totally
across-
didn't.
I
He totally didn't.
Messed this
Really?
up. You've bought into Vince's lies, Adam.
Yes.
He messed up the promo. Vince did. He went.
you'd be drinking the Vince juice.
He went. You'll be in the triple threat, and that match starts right now. He went. You'll be in the title match, and that match starts
I
right
could
now.
have sworn he said
didn't.
the WWE title match will be a
Seriously.
triple threat.
And now your
yeah,
match
it
is coming
doesn't
up, but he
make
didn't
sense,
do that.
yeah.
He said it.
Yeah, he
said-
bungled it. Like he bungled the other line he had on Raw. That's the reason he's not been on TV since.
It was great on
He's
SmackDown.
only there,
He was good on SmackDown.
so Ronda Rousey is not the worst talker on the mic
No,
in the
no.
company. And at least she's got an
Friend.
excuse.
Come
He's
on
just
now.
old.
Come on, Dana Brooke. We'll get there.
You thought? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was a fan.
Threw it at me. Okay, the Bar defeated Kofi Kingston. Blah blah blah. The Revival defeated Gable and Rude. Gabe. Yeah, Gabe Sapolsky was there. And Black and Ricochet in a thrilling triple threat that should have just had the stipulation of get Ricochet hour.
Yeah, that's true.
All the PWG spots here, the dive over the top rope.
That tag
or
was
turnbuckle,
so
whatever.
cool. So
Yeah.
cool. When
Gable, tag.
yeah,
Cheers.
Gable's amazing, isn't he?
Yeah, there
He
a-
was, but he was second place to Ricochet here. Like.
Well, there was a little exchange though between Gable and Scott Dawson where they were just fluid. They were wrestling like they were both Eddie Guerrero. It was amazing. Well, Angle and Eddie Guerrero, they were wrestling really well.
I get you.
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
you. The chemistry that we have on this show.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
First time we get the mention of, surprisingly, okay, this will be the final Shield appearance because Dean Ambrose is not re-signing. And you're like, what?
Couldn't work it out. They were really set.
Yeah, is it a shoot? Is it a work? Is it a work shoot? Is it
It's a shoot. I'm sticking to my guns.
He's leaving.
I
I disagree at this point.
I know you
Just
flip
'cause
flopped.
yeah, I know I have. Every week I do, but I think he's going to re-sign like WrestleMania weekend at this point. I just think he's worth too much money to them. I don't think, AEW will have the money for him, but I just think, I don't know, I can't work it out. The commentary were going nuts saying, last appearance, this is the final run, whatever. It just made me think they're really shoving this down our throats.
But
this
then
isn't
on,
real.
but I thought so too. But then on Raw, that changed my mind back to the shoot because it seemed legit on Raw.
Yeah, true. Yeah, the way it was booked on Raw. No, you're right.
I think stuff like this is just to mess with people like us. who are
It's
like,
great.
We know everything about wrestling. It's we don't know. No one knows. Samoa Joe defeated Rey, Andrade, and Truth. What a lovely match this was
Great.
again.
Good match.
Again, you can't mess up with Rey and Andrade in this case. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're
And
honorary members of Ring Kampf.
okay. Yeah. Yeah. Andrade's LIJ, isn't he? Well, he's LI, not J. Andrade's in Los
I get you,
Ingobernables.
yes.
Yeah, he's in Tranquilo.
I'm waiting for you to bury yourself on Twitter again.
Oh, I see. Vega does the Tranquilo thing as well, so maybe she's in. And Charlotte Flair met like Rush and all them, so she's also in
Yeah.
Los Ingobernables.
Well, we know that. We know. Anyway, moving on. I won't say that. And Bailey and Sasha defeated Nia and Tamina. And I'm not saying this match sucked, but they are the reason that the flights are cancelled and delayed in Europe from the aftermath of this.
It was a stinker. It was a stinker.
Again,
Bailey and Sasha did their bloody best as well.
And Tamina and Nia, they all did their best.
Well, I guess they all did their
Did their
best,
best.
but some are better than others.
you were harsh on them.
I had to cut some of the reaction stuff out. I just think, because like I was.
Did you go on and on
Tamina's
about
just
it?
not entertaining. She's never been entertaining.
Nia?
No, Tamina.
I was going to say, yeah,
I'm all right with
I
Nia.
agree with
I-
Tamina. Yeah. I mean, she had that one Fastlane like multi-woman tag match, like 2015, I want to say, which was way better than any right to. That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
She just needs to be given the ball. She can run with it.
that's bollocks.
Give her a ball, give her a set of keys, give her anything she wants to play with. Keep she as far away from the matches as possible.
No,
Woof.
yeah.
After the
This match was great for me. That's not a compliment.
After the match, Beth Phoenix got involved. What?
And then she got beat up. Oh, here comes Natty. And then she got beat up.
Yeah, nice. Why is that so funny? What's going on?
Here I
his
come to save
laugh.
the day. Oh.
No, but like, Nia's just been on. Nia just been she'd just been on watch along. She didn't have time to get ready.
Had she?
Yeah.
Watch along looked class.
It did look good.
Ah, the swearing, the Revival doing the dirty dancing thing.
Oh, that's what that was
the
from.
popcorn.
Right.
Was it popcorn over Sam Roberts' head?
Oh, I love it
the
already.
Iconics, amazing. They took it off YouTube. They removed it.
We've
because,
won the war.
Yeah, exactly.
We've done it.
Because it was all over the place. It wasn't produced properly. There was a little sign under the monitor just saying like, "Don't swear, don't do this, don't do that." And then Nigel McGuinness, because they referenced it during the show, and then Nigel McGuinness just said F-bombed it. It was fantastic.
I had no idea because I saw him and went, oh no, they've learned that lots of people like to watch this because they have friends and stuff like this. But then, it got taken down.
Yeah, it got taken down.
Because of Nigel, he's done us a solid there. Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
I like Nigel as well. I hope he doesn't get in
He's
trouble.
great.
Yeah, he's good.
It's really difficult, as we all know. We've all done live reactions, and
We all have one per.
Yeah,
video.
every time.
I like. He should start ranting about his podcast about being polyamorous and living in the forest or whatever it was.
What?
You heard him? Anyway,
Sounds like one side up.
right. Where are we? Oh yeah, thank God we got over that obstacle of Nair and Tamina. Brian defeated Owens and Mustafa Ali, and I am interested to hear what your thoughts were about this.
Best match on the card, massively hindered by the crowd at the beginning, but picked up towards the end. It was brilliant. Really loved it.
I thought that Ali wrestled his arse off. He was great.
Yeah.
He was bumping all over the place. All three of them did really, really well, and the finish was excellent when he jumped backwards off the thing into the running knee. And
Finish was great. I forgot about the finish.
the finish was great. There was the bit where Ali backflipped off the top rope and sort of landed on his feet. He did land on his feet. It was so good, but obviously everyone wanted Kofi. But I think it's all coming along. The man will come around.
Yeah.
The man being Kofi.
I was going to say thank you for clarifying.
Not Becky Lynch.
But yeah.
Although she will as well. What did you think?
It's weird because, again, like the first world problems. As a match, it was very well put together with all the big bumps and the moves and the spots. But I come to feel what a waste of time it was, what a waste of effort, because it was the wrong place to be pushing Mustafa Ali
100%.
at the wrong time, and crowd were already the show's already going long. Like, okay. So the crowd didn't want to see it. The crowd wanted to see Kofi Kingston. They didn't care about Brian because he's the bad guy, but he's been emancipated by Vince McMahon being the lead bad guy in this Kofi feud now anyway.
Oh, it's an interesting way of looking at it.
They didn't care about Owens because he just showed up waiting for the next bit of the storyline to clunk together to see if he's actually a good guy or a bad guy, because he's just, hey, it's Kevin Owens. And Mustafa Ali, like I said, he's first appearance in a few weeks, so it's like, yeah, you're nice, but you're not Kofi. So and again, it's not their fault that the crowd were chanting Kofi. It was like they were trying to take over. The crowd wanted Kofi. They'd been set up. It wasn't their fault or whatever. So any other time this would have been perfect. Like, yay, finally Mustafa Ali's going to make it. I can't feel what a waste of time it was, because right now, on the road to WrestleMania, this is like, Mustafa Ali's that guy who shows up 5 minutes before the shop shuts, trying to buy something. You go, he's like, well, the shop's shut, and he goes, well, you are still technically open, and you're like, you are technically a dick.
Have you worked in retail before?
Can you tell?
Yeah.
So any other time this would have been, I would have loved it even more, but it was like, wow, what a great series of moves and spots and stuff. And that was it.
Really,
because it doesn't help. It didn't help anybody in this match.
I couldn't agree more there.
So 10 out of 10 for killing yourselves, lads. But
I like Daniel Bryan picking up the win and doing so with a little bit of assistance from Rowan. That was nice. But I agree that it didn't help anyone. They Rey Mysterio'd Mustafa by putting him in there, the Rumble Rey Mysterio thing.
Oh, okay,
why give him unnecessary heat? Just makes him look like an idiot.
I think he won them back around, though.
He did, yeah, towards the end. It certainly hasn't done any lasting damage, which is a relief. And yeah, you're right, Kevin Owens was just the third man there but yeah, sure, he's there, he's back, and cool. Yeah. But a good match.
Oh yeah, nothing against like the hard work they did.
Just look at it in
just
isolation.
Thought, wow,
around
this would have been any other time, any other month, any other show, this would have been something you remembered. But
totally.
Yeah. Anyway, Becky defeated Charlotte. And a lot of negative things about this online. I personally really enjoyed it just because how good Charlotte is at being a dick.
Yeah, that's true.
Becky's dragging herself on the crutches, and she's like opening the ropes open for a tap. I really liked
Charlotte
it.
was fantastic. It's just the finish which was bollocks, isn't it?
Not even because they did. In fairness, they did justify it on Raw and SmackDown, which we'll talk about in a bit, with both Ronda and Becky's motivations. Mm-hmm. But the thing that annoyed me was that Becky was delighted afterwards. She was like, I've done it, I've made it to WrestleMania. And it's like, well, you're meant to be the big hero and you've got in there like this.
It wasn't very badass to be grinning ear to ear. You've been gifted a victory.
Because someone punched you in the belly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
You know, special mention to Elias, who is now the WWE version of the Nitro Girls. Cheers, pal.
I remember one of the first ever wrestling things I ever saw. Asia, the Nitro girl.
Yeah.
She got blown up by pyro, and I think it was.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it was Vampiro's fault. I think he'd been rigging the pyro.
What? Legit? Or
No,
like
no,
an
no,
Anthea
no,
Turner
no,
thing?
No, not
You
legit.
never seen that?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Anthea
Yeah.
Turner
Oof.
got
That's
blown
rough.
up by accident. So they were doing this stunt. Anthea Turner is a British television presenter who was popular in the late 90s, for anyone listening.
Karen.
No, you're right there. They were doing this stunt where a motorcycle, I think it went through a lorry or something like that.
I've seen
Back
it.
of the van,
and
yeah.
she
I've
got
seen it.
bang, like all out, and her hair's on fire.
Yeah, yeah.
And
She
it's-
bumps like a boss.
Yeah, oh yeah.
See, I was going to go with Jeff Hardy when Matt Hardy was setting the pyro on him.
Yes.
Oh
All lit
yeah,
up.
and it came and
Like
it
the
was,
4th of July. He was like, oh.
but then he's selling like mad. Goldberg did that every pissing week.
Not with yeah. With
Guess who's in the Hall of
Sparks.
Fame?
Yeah.
And the main event, The Shield, the last time ever defeated 3-man Bland. Again, a line that I stole, and everyone on Twitter, because someone else used it, and went, "You stole that from Maffew. I stole it from someone. It's okay."
Oh really? So it's been.
Oh, I think Ross
stole it from you,
used it on there, and then people went, "Ross, you're a thief and get."
and then you stole it from someone else.
Yeah, I credit the person last time, the last show.
The plot thickens.
So who's
I
the
credit
original?
when I steal something. I'm not like
Okay.
half a Twitter. I don't just look at this. Who made this smiley face? That I know who made it. The Shield defeated McIntyre, Corbin, and
Wait,
Lashley.
What were you gonna say?
No, we should. If whoever's watching
Karen.
or listening, stop it.
Someone
I'm
needs.
poorly, man.
You
trying my
stop.
best.
You
I'm
stop
sweating.
talking about Fastlane. Talk about Anthea Turner.
Someone.
I'm the bad guy for going off on a tangent. Like every pissing week, you talk about Dave Benson Phillips or some British TV personality,
Exactly.
and I'm the bad guy.
Yes.
I'm
Because you're a Tory.
I'm the new kid here. I am not a Tory. I am not a Tory.
Wait a minute.
No,
Dave
take that
Benson
back.
Phillips. And who are the other people who mentioned?
We go off on.
Noel Edmonds.
Noel
maybe?
Edmonds. Yeah.
mention Noel Edmonds?
Anthea Turner.
Oh, that's a step too far, is it?
Absolutely.
Anthea Turner.
Yeah,
getting
to the
a-
right. Anyway, the Shield defeated McIntyre, Corbin, and Lashley, and what we're talking about now is way more interesting than this. Okay, no, that's a bit harsh.
Meltzer's ratings came out today and he gave it 4.5 stars. I think that's a bit heavy.
I think you're doing that because of all the backlash, because of him being like,
Yeah.
what's cancer? Hang on.
Oh, why can't he just have a bit
But you
of
know
common
what?
sense? Just
Yeah,
a
I
bit.
agree. I think he got very bogged down in the semantics and was trying to make a point, but did so in a very foolish way.
You know, the tide's starting to turn for me from Meltzer because I always give him the benefit of the doubt. I think, he's just awkward. He doesn't really understand. But then when he's answering questions on Twitter, he does so in a very arrogant and dickish way.
Yeah, I
like someone will be
agree,
like,
yeah.
someone pitched him an idea and he went, "What?" They went like, "What do you think about this booking idea?" Blah blah blah. And normally, if that happened to us, we'd ignore it or whatever. And he just
That's way better.
And he just, yeah, of course.
Well, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
it-
No,
it
yeah,
is, yeah.
I wouldn't mute them, but he quote retweeted it and put, "Well, that's obviously not what's going to happen." Well, yeah, Dave.
I don't think.
And he didn't remember me.
Oh.
You prat.
What a funny. But the
No, I agree.
The best
Cheers for all the
Davism.
news, though. That's
Oh, thanks for keeping us alive for 20 years or so. The best Davism I always remember is Brian Alvarez, and I think this just sums up everything about him. Goes, Brian Alvarez is like, "Oh man, like, what's it gonna be like when Vince lives to be like 150?" And then Dave just goes, "That's not gonna happen."
Oh, for God.
Wait.
I don't think he gets fun.
Your Alvarez impression sounded like
I can't do Alvarez. I can't do any
Columbo
accent.
did? My wife loves you, but it sounded like it sounded. Well, Dave, what's gonna be? Yeah. Yeah, it was good that.
Thank you. So yes, some stuff happened. Seth Rollins, one last radio edit time, and that was it. I get special shout out to the crowd who were white hot last night.
Yeah, they were.
They were gagging for it.
Yeah, they were.
And Fastlane was a weird show because I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy having to watch it.
Little part of me really enjoys a show where no titles change hands. Oh,
yeah.
sensible book. It's like Ring of Honor. Get it?
Yeah. And some people on Twitter, because again, be ignoring it the last few days because I've been in Germany or just trying to relax. But like people going, "Oh, remember you said Fastlane wasn't going to be anything special?" I'm like,
It's all right.
yeah, you're right. I'll hold my hand up and go, aye. In terms of booking, some stuff happened, and there were some quality matches. The crowd was loud. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Can we not have it again though? Please, one between Rumble and Mania
agree.
show.
I love
please.
the like 6-7 week build up. I think it's far nicer than this. Because as you say, it wasn't a predictable show in that there were some odd things that happened, but it was largely predictable as far as the match results go. I say this as the person who lost the predictions contest, but I got the wrong one in the pre-show, and then I took a chance on Ray to try and even up. But I do think it was predictable as far as the results go.
The results are predictable.
Absolutely. And my final bit from the blog of Doom, see, as we referencing, looks like Natalia Beth versus Tamina Nay is going to be the WrestleMania now. Says, you know how when stadiums first opened, they would test out the plumbing systems by flushing all the toilets at the same time? Hopefully they did that at MetLife.
Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. Should we take a look at the news?
In the news this week, Kurt Angle announces that he'll retire at WrestleMania 35.
Yeah, it's going to be his last match. We'll save discussions about who his opponent will be for the big question.
Oh, and that's later on this exact same show.
Yes,
so
right.
don't tune in to Monday Nitro.
Don't touch that dial. But one little storyline wrinkle is that John Cena's teased it a bit. Because if you know what John Cena's Instagram is like, you'll know he's a massive troll. And have you never seen his Instagram before?
No.
You'd love it. It's just picture after picture with no explanation, no caption, no context. And you've just got to infer it.
So he's lazy.
No, it's funny.
You've got to infer.
It's funny. Like for example,
Andy Warhol.
every few weeks he'll do a picture of Stone Cold with something photoshopped over the top of him. So the last one I think was Stone Cold Schrodinger's cat with just a cat in a box over the top of Austin's face. It's better than it sounds. It's better than it sounds.
It better be.
Yep. And sometimes he'll just put up a picture of someone that he knows from wrestling, but as a child, or some obscure reference from the 80s. He's very.
I like that bit.
He's very silly on Instagram, but he did put up a picture of a young Kurt Angle, and everyone's like, "Ooh."
We would have thought a young Kurt Angle though.
It's a very young Kurt Angle.
Oh, okay.
It's like pre-wrestling Kurt Angle. Well, pre-professional wrestling before he went pro. When he was still
It's just a photo of Angle's mum's stomach.
Yeah.
Okay, the stomach, of course, been working. Oh, whatever. Cena teases that he is Angle's opponent on Instagram. Shut up, you know what I mean. It says, wrestling should have an off-season.
Did you pronounce it wrong there?
No, it's just like that. It was stomach, and I went,
Woo,
yes,
stomach.
that's where babies come from in a woman.
All right.
They go to the stomach for a bit, get bigger, then leave. Make like Ambrose and don't resign. Roman Reigns says wrestling should have an off-season. In an interview with TalkSport. Oh, TalkSport's still doing wrestling. That's nice.
I think they might have restarted doing it because the guy on Twitter I hadn't seen before, but he was putting up. He was the guy who interviewed Roman.
Right.
He seems to be the TalkSport guy for US sports / wrestling, which is a sport, of course.
Of course it is.
Yeah, I totally, of course, agree with him. I saw some sort of criticism saying that, it's very easy for Roman to say this when he's paid a lot more than other guys on the roster who may not be paid when they're not performing. So
Never
if they took
thought
3
of
months
that.
away, but you would assume
But wait a minute,
that
doesn't
they
make
would
any
be
sense.
paid for the time that they're
Yeah.
not. You would just have a yearly salary, and maybe you don't get your live events bonuses and all that sort of stuff, but you would still be paid your base rate.
But then that's why it means more coming from Roman Reigns because he is willing to say something like that, being in the position he's in.
Yeah.
Cena hasn't said anything like that.
No, I think
I'll get you.
the point was that he's earning so much for the rest of the year that if he takes a few months off, then he's still a millionaire.
Right,
Whereas
I mean,
guys like
right,
Tyler
okay.
Breeze,
Tyler Breeze has taken time off.
fair point. But you know what I mean. Guys
No,
who
no,
might
no,
be
no.
paid less than Roman.
Guys, the main event money, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get you. Should I have an off-season? Yeah.
I think it's... I can't believe it hasn't...
We'd love it.
I say I can't believe it hasn't happened. There's still no unions in wrestling, but no, I think it's so important. It's just even if you don't know, even if you're not injured, you might be approaching injury and not know it. You might be you're just getting beaten
You
down.
might just
all
want to
year.
go home for Christmas.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean
Not do a
okay,
Raw.
maybe not an off-season, but how about taking Christmas and New Year's off?
They did this year, didn't they?
Yeah,
Which was nice.
good.
Yes.
But I think it was Enzo Amore is recent RF video shoot interview. Someone did a recap of it and said that he didn't take the whatever you call him in his ankle or his leg or whatever broke to carry on wrestling because when they build up WrestleMania. So if he'd taken the time off, he'd have lost all that stuff. And they get illness money or whatever, that a sideline injury payment or whatever. And he would have lost probably, he said, around 6 figures if he'd been off during that period. So he just left the screws in the plate in and still has it in.
Really? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so that's why he wasn't doing any moonsaults. Harlem Heat going at the Hall of Fame, and Matt Wood if he was interested in this week because lots of people were like, oh, you must be really happy. And I'm like, I know there's all the young people that watch this, but you know Harlem Heat did more than just that one promo on Hulk Hogan, right? Like, the 10-time WCW tag
The
team
most,
champions.
I believe.
It was the
Yes,
most.
absolutely.
The next teams, I did some research, were on 7 reigns apiece, and that was the Minnesota Wrecking Crew and the Steiner Brothers.
Oh, of course, yeah. Makes good consist. But yeah, Harlem Heat, again, it's a Hall of Fame, and even the most cynical and grizzled veterans of wrestling still get excited over this and treat it like it's serious.
Hey,
But everything else is fake, but the Hall of Fame is serious. Like, all right. How dare Tori Wilson disgrace the Hall of Fame with Donald Trump in it? All right. Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, I agree. It's a
Stevie
shame
Ray.
Sherry's not around to induct them because they were very close backstage as well, and that is a shame. Who do you think will induct them?
Colonel Parker.
Mm,
Could be a good shout. Who do they have as a manager? Or affiliate with?
Sam reckons the Bischoff will, and I think that's probably a good shout. All right.
All right. I mean, yeah, he's a good talker and everything like that, but I'm like...
but they're
Is there nobody
cutting
else?
the intros, aren't they, this year?
Oh,
Aren't they
there's
cutting the
no-
induction speeches? Sorry, the
Inductor.
The inductor,
They're
the,
friends who come
The
on.
Bischoff comes in,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he won't get to say much. They might even be cutting that. Yeah.
They'll cut him off after, I'm back. Just does a 180.
Yeah, that's a bit pointless
Okay.
if they. So will they just not be inducted by anyone? Because you can't just have Bischoff come in. I'm back, Harlem Heat. I'm better than, and he goes. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, walking away to the aisle.
You can't have a Hall of Fame without someone inducting them, though.
Yeah.
When we were at the Wrestling Media Hall of Fame, Kenny was inducting lads and all sorts, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Comments are wearing it.
Say again.
Comments are wearing the Wrestling Media Hall of Fame. I thought we should have been first.
Oh,
part.
sorry. Yeah. Meltzer and Finley Martin got the rub, and maybe
Absolutely.
Magnus as well. Was Magnus in there, or he was
Magnus?
inducting someone?
It was the guy
Maybe.
who did.
Because he was there.
It was the guy who did.
SummerSlam 92.
Wasn't he tied to World of Sport or something? Oh yes, SummerSlam '92.
No.
That was very much it. Yes. So we'll be in soon, next 3 years. So get us in the Hall of Fame, please, Kenneth. Kenny's not in charge.
No.
Right. Anyway.
Any thoughts on Harlem Heat?
Oh,
I just love them. They
Like-
deserve to be there.
like Booker T.
Yeah.
And I've not seen much outside of Harlem Heat. Not seen much of TV, so I can't
I
really.
tell you what, he was a way better commentator than he should have been.
Really?
Get those fruit booties
Fruit booties.
on like neck bone. Oh, it was so great.
Yes,
Yeah. Underrated part of the later day WCW was Stevie
Okay.
Ray on commentary.
Forgot about that.
Oh, what was it like? There's only, come on, like, someone was going to be up backstage. Come on. There's only like 100 million people watching this around the world seeing this happen. Oh, great. I loved them.
One thing I don't like about the Harlem Heat is that they're called the Harlem Heat and they're from Texas, not Harlem. But apart from that, it's fine.
Yeah, the mid-90s wasn't great.
No,
for
no.
the blacks. Sadly, also, Wally Yamaguchi passed away at the age of 60. And
60.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
nuts.
he was-
I
dude,
thought
he
it
looked
was-
60 in 98. Come on.
Exactly. Yeah, very sad indeed.
Yeah, it's a bit okay. It's a bit weird how you look at these things where it's like, oh no, poor Wally Yamaguchi, R.I.P. And you're like, what did he do again? Oh yeah, I choppy on PP.
Yeah.
It's the thing he's
Yeah.
remembered for, sadly.
He did he brought in Dick Togo. We did a news video about this.
I like my dick
Funaki.
to go.
He was responsible.
Yep.
That was fun. That was fantastic. That was
was-
brilliant.
Thank you.
You could have anagrams and stuff.
No,
Oh, you've stitched.
I
that
just like dick.
that-
And again, like all these Creed music videos, like R.I.P. Wally, gone too soon. When you are with me, put the samurai sword all the way back. Fade to black, like in The Sopranos.
He seemed like a guy who was an important role in WWF at the time.
What?
He did. He was talent liaison for Japan.
Oh, okay.
He brought in
And on TV.
Funaki and them.
Yes.
Yeah. Didn't just cut off Val Venus's day.
No, he didn't because
He got
you know
saved
the
by.
storylines?
He got
Yeah.
saved by the
Shrinkage.
Yeah.
No. He said like there'd been shrinkage when it happened, so it must have. According to Venus, again storyline, it was like, oh no, a big sword. Whoop!
So as it was as the sword was dropping,
Went from an outie to an innie,
Recedes.
and the next week you had John Wayne Bobbitt push him in a wheelchair.
That was it.
Bob it! Bloody Bob it!
1998.
Amazing.
Also, Wally Yamaguchi, when he wasn't doing these amazing angles, was he's a co-founder of FMW in Michigan Pro Wrestling, but will mostly be known for trying to cut off a man's dick.
Yeah.
Because Venus slept with his sister or daughter or whatever
Was
she
white
was.
with it. Anyway, it
She looked like a
traumatized. It
daughter.
really traumatized me as a child. It bloody did. Yeah. I didn't know wrestling.
Good job. We didn't attack you on a bus. You wouldn't have missed.
Hey, I didn't know. I didn't know wrestling. I didn't know wrestling was fake at this point. I was just horrified. I was so scared.
So what did Bobbitt do in the follow? For anyone who's watching who doesn't know who Bobbitt is, he was a man who legit had his shoot cock cut off by his wife because I think he was cheating or something like that.
When he was sleeping, and then she drove away and threw out the car window, said he gets different dogs in these videos looking for his cock.
Oh my.
And then he got it sewn back on and did a porno called Franken Penis.
It's all true.
And he was on two or three episodes of Raw as well.
I don't really know
what? Consoling Val Venus.
Well, no. He pushed Venus in a wheelchair. Venus was like John Wayne Bobbitt pushed him over. He's like, oh, guys, because he was pretty popular back then. And then he got, stands up like, yeah.
I'm sure Russo wanted to book him in a match. I'm sure there was meant to be I want to say like a SummerSlam or maybe even WrestleMania match.
We'll check that during the break to see what matches John Wayne Bobbitt participated in.
Rest in peace, Wally Yamaguchi.
Yes. Oh God.
Rest in peace.
Most touching tribute I've ever heard.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame.
And now it's time for everyone's favourite segment, the Hall of Fame.
Yes, that's right. Get excited now for the Hall of Fame. Go.
Keep going. Keep going.
Nope.
Keep going. Please keep going. Go on. That was brilliant. Keep going.
Keeps running.
What did you learn at school today? Right. Anyway.
Oh God. Can I? No. It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. We'll tell Maffew off camera.
Wu-Tang Clan. So, in results from last week, in third place with 31%. Is this percent or votes?
Votes.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute. I'll just look at the numbers. Can't be percentage. Lord Farquaad.
From
Did
Shrek?
you know? Yeah, from Shrek. Because
Do you not know this?
No.
Lord Farquaad. I was telling the reason why I put in because on the day coming to do this podcast, Jack was planting something on Twitter, and I usually hate these things that are like. Only today I discovered that like, just incredible was supposed to sound like just incredible. Those things you just go, are you thick? But this one said Lord Farquaad's name is supposed to sound like something else.
F-word?
And I
Lord
never
F-word?
got that.
F-word.
Oh right. Oh okay. It's not just me. Okay, cool. Is it right?
Yeah. No. Fair play. Nice.
Does G-Lock mean anything?
It's a perfect world.
Welcome to G-Lock, such a perfect time. Here we have some rules, let us lay them down. Don't make waves, stay in line, and we'll get along fine. G-Lock is a perfect place. Please keep off the grass, shine your shoes, wipe your face.
Just for that.
That was the funniest thing in my childhood.
Yeah, it was
it
so
was
funny at the time.
unbelievable.
Right.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Shrek 1, I remember like everyone seen the adverts, and at the time I was coming out, I was like, I'm watching no kids film. And then one lad in our like class watch it. Have you seen Shrek? I'm like, no, that Rugrats stuff. And like, no, it's mint, honest. Oh, is it? Can I borrow it? I was like, oh, it's actually really good. Anyway, Al Wilson, second place with 37 votes.
Yes, in your face, Ross.
I'm still waiting to see if he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. The actual Hall of Fame, though, that'll be that'll make up for Tori Wilson being there. First place, Mauro Ranello's air guitar, 93 votes.
Yeah, good.
Well done.
He
Easy
deserves
victory
it.
there for Mauro. Sorry, Jack even.
And for me, yeah.
Yeah,
Mauro's
thank
Sam. Have you not heard
Have
this?
you not
Do you
seen
not watch
how
any
much
of our
Mauro
videos?
Ronaldo looks like Sam?
What?
Mauro
No,
Ranello
look
looks
them
like
in the
Sam.
face.
I sorry,
Honestly.
I heard you. I'm just expressing disbelief.
He does.
What?
Have you not? Can you not? Can you not?
No.
Yeah, everyone agrees. All the comments.
They really, especially when Sam's got his glasses on and he's doing air guitar.
I haven't
at
seen
his
Sam
desk
with his glasses on.
and shouting
Have you not seen
things
Sam with his
and-
glasses on?
As we're throwing stuff at him, he's
Right.
going.
Well, when Sam has his glasses on and has his hair slicked back, Mauro Ranello.
Unbelievable.
Was alongside Burns and his hair sleeve.
He's coming to your town, Mamma Mia.
He's a honky tonk.
He's a honky tonk Mauro. He's on
Oh,
Mamma
there
Mia.
we go. Okay, let's cut it off. Okay, where's the winner of last week? Go ahead.
The film Ocean's 11. What?
Go on. I'm just
Come on.
getting
I
ready.
was just before you arrived. I was talking to Sam about how good Ocean's 11 is, and we were both just like agreeing. Like I'll watch it like once every few years or whatever, and I've forgotten how good it is. Every scene's so tightly done. Every dialogue, it's so good. It's such a good film, Ocean's 11. The chemistry between Clooney and Brad Pitt, Matt Damon's character's really well done. It's all so good. The only bad thing is Don Cheadle's British accent. That's the only downfall. But the rest of it, there's a little joke in
Already
like
hate it.
nearly every scene. So
Okay.
good. And the twists and the turns. And yes, Ocean's 11, if you've never seen it, give it a watch. Hall of Fame pick this week.
So this is the 2001 one?
Yeah. Not the original. I've never seen the original.
Okay.
I've only seen the
I
remake.
didn't know it was a remake.
Yeah, it's a remake.
Yeah, it's
is that right?
Sinatra
Okay.
and
From like the
those
Rat Pack. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Great pick. Any relation to
you.
wrestling at all?
No,
Okay.
there could be someone who's been...
Lennox Lewis is in it, I think.
There's a boxing match in it.
Yeah, Lennox Lewis is in it, and he was at
he in it?
SummerSlam '92.
He was, yeah,
there's
there you
an
go.
That's the only thing I know about is
Nice.
Lennox Lewis is in
There's
it.
got to be someone in that film who's tied to wrestling somehow. There's so many
Lennox
characters. It's an ensemble
I just said
cast.
one.
But in the proper...
No,
but
a
in the
good
proper-
one.
but
A
in-
good one,
but
Pacitti.
in the proper cast. I can't think. Because all of Lennox
They're all
Lewis-
too big of stars. You're never going to get like Clooney.
Eminem might be doing something with WWE.
Well, yeah, they
he
said
in it?
no, and that he's
Just
apparently doing the
talking about big star.
soundtrack, but he's going to be on SmackDown when they go to Fox. He's going to be promoting.
Driving
because
a
they got all
Porsche.
that money.
swerving. Look at me now.
What does promoting it mean? Like,
I guess coming on.
hey,
maybe.
this is Eminem, and when I'm not rapping, I watch SmackDown. You've seen some of those like plugs.
He'll be putting something with someone really low risk. Will the real Heath Slater please stand up? He'd definitely do a thing with Slater.
Oh wait, well Bo Dallas can't do it because he out-rapped the last guy to
He beat
step
Flo
up to him.
Rider. Oh, he definitely beat Flo Rider in that rap battle. That was
Flo
so
Rider hasn't
good.
been heard
Knocked
from
him out
since.
That was so good. It was so good.
Okay, so Ocean's 11, Pacitti.
My one's a really serious one. You know what? I was going to put in this guy called Daz Sampson, right? Who is a singer-songwriter. People will... Wait,
It's over, isn't it?
No. This
Go
is
on.
really big news for me, actually. And it's not especially related to wrestling, but
Surprise.
bloody Ocean's 11 here. So, Daz Sampson was the British entrant, the UK entrant in the 2006 Eurovision Song Contest.
Okay.
With a song called
Teenage Life.
Right,
And
look at my phone.
it's absolutely my favourite song ever. It's Daz Sampson has hired a load of schoolgirls. They're all like 16, 17. And
Do I
then he
wanna
raps
Google 'em?
out, you go, what did you learn at school
today?
today? What did you learn?
That's what the teachers used to
Oh my
say.
god, just seen a picture of him.
They don't understand, do they? Why?
Why?
But they always give advice.
Always giving advice.
Say just be nice.
Goes a
always
rat-a-tat-tat
think
with the
twice.
chat, yeah.
It's been a long time since they've had.
Let's
a teenage
go!
life.
And then
Yeah,
Bella
it's so
is-
good.
it's amazing,
It drops,
right?
Yeah. He
And
also
he-
did. Have you heard the remix of it, like a Rhinestone Cowboy?
Giddy up,
Giddy up.
Campbell's Ranch and everything. I become obsessed with this guy, right? Jack introduced him to me, and I think he's hilarious, completely unintentionally. He is the David Brentiest man I've ever seen. And so I got a T-shirt printed of Daz Sampson with his face on it. And I thought, oh, that'd be fun. I tweeted it to him saying, hey, Daz, I just picked this up in Primark. Which isn't true, of course. And he messaged me about 35 minutes ago saying, hey, man, can you send me that picture of you in the Daz Sampson shirt? And he's going to use it as the cover for his next single.
What?
It's me with Daz Sampson's face, like grinning.
Like Orange
maniacally.
Cassidy. Like,
It's gonna just be a picture of Pachi with Daz Sampson's
He's had
face.
number ones. This guy's huge, and I'm going to be on his pissing album cover. But I'm going for Mustafa Ali.
What? But Adam, first of all,
Yeah.
right? You can totally nominate Daz Sampson because I tried to get Lewis Capaldi in, and he literally has had a number one the other week.
So has Daz Sampson.
He's
Literally had
He's
a number.
written.
Daz Sampson has
Is
written
he
more
produced
popular songs
than Lewis
and performed
Capaldi?
them than Lewis Capaldi. No offense to Lewis. Thanks for following me on Twitter and all that.
I reckon Lewis
So
is
does,
probably-
Daz now.
I reckon Lewis is probably more talented than Daz. Is that blasphemy if I just...
Yeah, no, I agree.
All right, okay.
I think he's probably more self-aware as well. But Daz is... please go and look at Daz Sampson because he's unbelievably funny. There's
tried-
a whole documentary about him, and he's in a bathrobe smoking a cigar with like a Manhattan in his hand, talking about how he's going to trounce Eurovision. He came second to last. He's so fun. Anyway, Mustafa.
he's not done the worst at Eurovision than
He
the
didn't
UK
come
then, so-
second to last, did he not? Did he?
He was bottom like few anyway. He
I
didn't
thought
do well.
he came like halfway up.
He tried to get in this year with Kinky Boots.
For Belarus. He tried getting for Belarus this year.
Despite the fact that him and his co-vocalist,
Was she
neither
not
of them
Belarusian?
No, she was not. She was not. She's from Lancashire.
What? I just thought she was Belarusian.
You're so bored. I'm really
No,
sorry.
carry on.
Let me explain Mustafa
Let's
Ali.
do kinky boots. I love it when I wear my kinky boots.
Boots, kinky boots.
They're shiny, sweet, and sexy kinky boots.
Takes my roots with the kinky boots. It's so good. Anyway, Mustafa Ali, right? There was
How
a
good's it
video.
going to be when he wins Eurovision? And we're like, yeah,
He didn't
told
get
you.
in.
Oh, he didn't. Oh, can't believe it.
Mustafa Ali this week was part of a video where he was explaining that he was struggling to get bookings, and then he did like a terrorist gimmick, and he wore the head garb and everything. And then as he was approaching the ring, this kid was shouting at him, and he said that he could see the hatred in this kid's eyes, and he said, "Oh, is that what you think? I'm painting a picture of people who look like me, which isn't right." And so he changed. He just worked on his in-ring style. Basically, he just came across as the nicest bloody bloke. And I don't think there are enough nice people in wrestling. And so Mustafa Ali is actually a genuine cool guy.
But I mean,
he can wrestle.
That's
really
that's
bloody
great,
well.
and obviously that's a great choice. But that's very much against the spirit of the Hall of Fame, isn't it? You've chosen a serious and good one, which is bollocks. I'm really annoyed at you.
All right, Daz Sampson.
Yeah.
All right, Daz. Yeah.
No, go for Mustafa if you want. I don't want to be.
No, because I'm not on this regularly enough to care about getting someone in. I can give a toss.
Making a mockery of the Hall of Fame.
Sorry. Daz Sampson, he didn't get in for Belarus this year, but I'm going to be on the cover of his next single. And if he doesn't put me on the cover and he's pulled my pants down and made me look like a fool here, then you know who to blame, and that's not Adam Pacitti, that's Daz Sampson. Maffew, who you got?
I've got nothing after that. What I've got is the bassist from Ailstorm follows me on Twitter. Is very nice. Thank you, Ailstorm. Give me some free tickets. Let's see. After all that, I was going to induct Ringkampf, as I have been looking to get a Ringkampf t-shirt for ages, but they've always been sold out at the Big Club shows, and at 16 carat, I figured, well, they can't possibly sell out here. There wasn't any. No, are you kidding us? And it turns out, asked somebody, and he went, no, the white and black one, they only sell online, because the idea is they do different colour versions of them at the live shows, so people collect them. And I go, oh, so somewhere presumably he's got like 40 different colour versions of the same t-shirt, and he had purple on this weekend. I went, great. Well, I don't want grape juice flavoured. I want sugar-free, thank you. Didn't have it. Then on day 3, they brought these out, which is the 16-karat gold colours.
That's what it is.
So I was like, oh, that's
Orange soda thing.
perfect. Perfect. So Ringkampf, given that, Volta is now in NXT UK.
Yes.
Axel Tischer, who made a little return the weekend. And I said, I've tweeted, and some of the rest was like, oh, thank you for the tweet, about, he came out and I said the reaction was so loud, I hope Vince McMahon heard it and remembered he'd signed him already. So allegedly, hailing from SmackDown, Alexander Wolf, Fabian Eichner. Yep. Yeah, that's his name, isn't it? Yeah. Doesn't sound German.
Thatcher.
Thatcher is not signed by WWE, but is amazing.
Yes.
And like I said, came out to David Hasselhoff on the Inner Circle show, because he's Timothy Thatcher. And also, they now have Fight Muller, the new one.
Fight Muller.
Aye, who just looks like a lad who was raised by bears.
Okay.
He's huge.
Okay.
Good.
Then slap people
So
down.
all of Ringkampf, every iteration of the faction.
I think it's everybody, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Ringkampf.
That's
Because,
nice.
like I said, people go, oh, yeah, whatever. I could be that hipster guy when they all show up at the WWE eventually and do the super union and be like, yeah, 3 German guys and me cheering at home. Go, yeah, I remember them. Before, they got ruined.
Well, I look forward to them coming up to SmackDown and never be used, just like Sanity. I almost put Sanity in because somebody has got to mention them.
Right.
Yeah.
Then I think they're nice picks.
I've been looking for bookings. But yeah, so the votes this week in this very serious Hall of Fame that will be tainted by Tori Wilson or Harlem.
Or Mustafa Ali, a proper wrestler.
Yeah, right. Harlem Heat, Ocean's 11, 2001, not the remake or the re-remake, and
Try and remember the name.
Daz Simon.
No,
Samson.
close.
Sorry.
What?
Daz Sampson.
Samson. Oh,
Daz Sampson.
I do apologise, Daz Sampson.
He's on Spotify, one of his songs.
He could stay there. So if you'd like to give us money and vote in this prestigious contest,
Hang on.
please
Why did you say that you put in the Harlem Heat when it's Ringkampf?
Yeah, you said Harlem Heat there. I was wondering.
No,
I thought you were coming back to.
No, I said like the prestigious Hall of Fame, like not like the
sorry,
other Hall of
like
Fame, which
Tori
has Tori
Wilson,
Wilson and
Harlem
Harlem
Heat.
Heat. This is the serious one with Ross Jeans.
And then after
as they
that,
dug
you
these.
went Harlem Heat.
Did I say Harlem Heat
think
again?
so.
That was a mistake. Good to
Excellent.
see someone's paying attention. If you would like to vote for Harlem Heat, please
Vote
go to.
for Harlem Heat.
If you'd like to vote,
Vote for Harlem.
I'm ill. If you'd like to vote for
Who is
Harlem
that?
Heat, go to WWE.com. But if you'd like to vote for the 3 votes that we just gave you,
Patreon.com/Cultaholic.
Kinky boots.
Boots, kinky boots.
vote for the Harlem Heat. What did that say?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Raw and SmackDown recap.
The Raw and SmackDown recap.
All right.
Everyone's second favourite bit of the show. The Shield gave their farewell address. Rollins is interrupted by Heyman. They use logic and logic is in capital letters on each other.
They did use logic
It's
on each other.
good. Shelton Benjamin, that's right, Shelton Benjamin, blindsides Rollins, and they have a match with Seth wins. Oh, great. Which Seth wins. Good typing. Yes. Shelton Benjamin made it just switch to Raw because if no one cares about you, you can.
That was my fault, yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, I forgot he's on SmackDown because he's never there. Yeah.
I mean, said Jeff, when he appeared at the Rumble, I went, yeah, it's good to see all these guest appearances by people like Jeff Jarrett and Shelton Benjamin.
It's sad, isn't it? It's a sad state of affairs when Brock Lesnar, 4 weeks before Mania at this point, you can't even turn up 4 weeks before.
Yeah.
So you have to get Shelton Benjamin. Nothing wrong with Shelton Benjamin. He's
Minnesota
amazing.
Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
But the story was good.
What was it called?
As in, Shelton used to be Brock's mate and stuff. Yeah, it all worked.
Yeah, no, I get. Yeah, but it's just it hasn't furthered the story enough with this amount of time.
No, but the promo
What
did.
story?
I think.
Yeah, the promo was good.
The story that Rollins is going to slay the beast. The crowd are chanting, "Slay the beast, slay the beast, slay the beast." Back to my roots. Kinky boots. I love it when I wear my kinky. So,
That voice was spot. Yeah,
that's how she does it. Yeah, that's how she sounds. Yeah. Heyman, Rollins used logic saying that Lesnar's had a problem with smaller guys.
Oh, I like that bit.
Balor, Styles, and Daniel Bryan, which Alvarez took exception to because he's never happy these days. He was like, but Lesnar beat all of these guys. Yeah, we did, but he struggled.
Yeah, there was a challenge with each and every one of them in a different way as well, which was nice.
And as Rollins said, he demolished Braun Strowman.
Yes.
And Joe was a bit more of a fight.
And Rollins, I guess, isn't a smaller guy in that he's well over 6 foot, whereas the other three aren't. But he is still he's not a big giant, you know. I'm sure if I stood next to him, but I like that. And then Heyman came back with logic of his own, saying, "Well, Lesnar's had more time to prepare for you." Good, liked it.
Because that's definitely Brock Lesnar's character, is that he sits at home and studies tapes of his opponents.
Between his magazine and Rollins won last week. Okay.
On the network every day, watching old Raw episodes from 2015. No, I like it.
Cultaholic going, get the bit about Rollins.
I like to think, I'm going to kayfabe this, I like to think that Heyman does that and then tells Brock.
Nice.
Come on.
Yeah. This is the best they're going to get with the situation they're in, which is we have a champion to brag to Fox or whoever that we have this guy on the show. He's never wrong.
Yeah.
Appearing in a video package. Brock Lesnar.
He's there next week, isn't he? He's been announced as actually being in attendance.
I love that they actually say, no, he actually will be here. And then one of the times where we bait and switched him. Last year defeated Balor with help from Leo Rush. He's actually champion again, and we all rejoice. Yay.
Well,
that was a bit weird.
Leo rang the bell, but it wasn't, it wasn't the end. So
he rang the bell like I won the Ring the Bell match at the Stub and beat Strigger, which I only knew I was doing 30 minutes before the thing actually happened.
He had a blindfold on. He was crawling around.
On the warm up show for WX Stub, they usually get people out and do some stuff with them. And they're like, "Oh, we'll do you again." I went, "What?" Because I lost to Strigger last year and humiliated myself. Which the rest is all, the rest all love that, by the way. I'm like, "Oh, great match." He goes, "Sorry about your match, Matthew." I'm like, "How dare I be humiliated in the ring and people make fun of me?" But and then so this one we're gonna blindfold you. You have to find a bell. Oh, right.
As it's ringing, it's being rung.
No. You got a hammer and you gotta blindly go around the ring,
ring it to win.
hitting the floor. So they did Strigger first of all.
The rings on the floor.
What?
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
The rings on the floor.
Yep.
Either of them have got like a little hammer, and they've got to do that until they hit the bell, and then they go.
Go around.
Okay,
It's like a game show almost. So Strigger went and he has to.
It's like
Who wants to be a millionaire?
With Anthony Turner.
It's very much like a question of North.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. And
I understand what a pre-show is. Carry on.
Yeah. But then, so Strigger got on about 40 seconds because he's been very gentle. I get the hammer, I'm like, "Rrr." And there was some guy who was a fan of me, right front row, went, "Matthew, over here." I went, "Oh, cheers, mate." I won in like 8 seconds.
Your manager helped you.
So I was like, So then I won this one. So people going, "Oh, that's great booking, Matthew." So now you have to come next year and you have to decide. Yeah. So like, what do people are expecting? Like, so was it a cage match? So I'm just concentrating on getting into shape, just so I can give him a press slam or something.
Nice. This is like Steamboat Savage. A Steamboat Flair. It's like
it's more like the other one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I ring the bell match. Yeah, back to reality. Lashley's the champion. I don't know what they're going with this.
No.
I will watch next week to find out. Ronda Rousey cuts a heel promo. I don't know the way they've written that made it really amuse me. Until she's interrupted by Dana Brooke. That's right, Dana Brooke, whom she destroys. Weird/good/bad promo from Dana. Very mixed response on it. Was it that bad of a promo for Dana? I thought it was all right.
I thought the delivery was bad.
Yeah,
But they're all
the
bad
idea was
deliveries.
good.
It's not Ocean's
I like the
11.
idea as well.
Sorry.
I like the idea of Ronda annoying everyone to the point where even someone on like the lower rungs of the pecking order comes out and stands up for the wrestling business and all that. But she talked weird, I think.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it like that. The lower pecking order thing. That's a really nice point.
It's like when it reminded me. It wasn't exactly the same, but it reminded me when Austin called out Scotty too high.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
It reminded me a little bit like that. But
Did he? I remember the Spike Dudley one.
I think it was Scotty as well when he had the belt and he was like, "You're never gonna get this, Scotty," and he's got it pressed against his head and stuff. Scotty does the bulldog, goes to do the worm, but Austin pops up and hits him with a stunner. But for that,
I've not seen that, actually.
For that
That's
split
alright.
second where it looks like Scotty's gonna hit heel Austin with the worm, everyone's losing their
Like
mind.
Triple H versus Tucker.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I didn't particularly like the delivery either, like Adam. But
Yeah, I just think even if it was a sort of low card wrestler to come out, they could have picked someone better than Dana,
yeah,
who's just a better talker.
But I mean, there isn't anybody on the roster because everyone else is either bungled in tag team feuds or there
was
is like,
Dana-
so I'm alright with. Really? Like I didn't think this was a bad product. This was actually good. I'm the
I
guy
think it
who's
was a
usually
bad
way
product,
more
no.
picky than anybody else online about stuff. Like I thought it was fine. I
Yeah.
mean, I thought it was weird that Ronda Rousey, instead of going, yeah, well, whatever, I'm such a fighting champion, I'm such a real fighter because wrestling's fake, that I'm going to take on, I did it deliberately to take on two women. So she came out and was just like, I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
true,
Yeah, fair.
true.
Obviously, she said it better than that, but Alexa Bliss announces herself as host of WrestleMania, and again, this crowd were like, you deserve it. Yeah, well done, crowd.
I mean, if you got to choose anyone on the roster, she's one of the most charismatic ones. So I don't,
Yep.
I don't mind.
Agreed.
Triple H and Batista, savage promo, it says here, with Triple H's Guardians of the Independent scene. It's like, there you go, well done.
Yes.
Give me what I want.
Again, I think it's one of the guys.
Is that what you want?
Give me what I want.
Again, the guy who did the super, I think it may have been one of the guys from What Culture. And
Of just the
so fair play to
Yeah.
them, who did the give me what I want, you know what I want, give me what I want. We're going to give you exactly what, that's not what I want. I watched that 10 times, laughed every time.
I've seen so many.
who did the Spice Girls one?
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
some
I was
guy
about
on
to say
Reddit, and then, like,
I saw that.
30 people sent me it. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's great.
I think Tubman might have done something as well.
Has he?
I'm not
Difficult
sure.
second album. That.
Yeah, it
I was
is.
going to say, as soon as you get to retweet from Batista, it's all good.
Yeah,
Mel C gives him the retweet. Huge.
But,
does have it.
yeah, it's every Triple H promo for a WrestleMania match that
But
we've last
he's
10 years,
good.
right? But,
He's
all right, whatever. I'm, again, very confused why they've had Batista be the bad guy against Triple H. What do I know?
I was as well, but now Batista's healing it up so well in his like
Right.
dickish Hollywood suit and stuff.
Nose
It's good.
ring and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Give me what I want.
And it's going to be a no DQ match, which is obviously the right decision.
Yes.
Thank God.
yeah.
I think everyone knew that was going to happen before. It's going to be no DQ. Everyone's oh, thank God.
Yeah, it wasn't a pop. It was more like, oh.
Guess what, Dave? You have more of a Dave would have more of a disadvantage. You're trying to guess what, Dave? It's going to be a normal match. Oh no!
Singles.
It's submission match.
10 count on the outside. You have to let go of the ropes up the backside. Dave's like, no.
It's going to be a catcher's catch can.
Public warnings, 3 rounds.
Amateur wrestling, 1 count. Drew attacks.
I don't get the Triple H thing, him being the face, when now Vince is healing it up so much, and they're all part of this same authority entity making matches on either brands. I know we're the authority,
Yeah.
Especially
now.
with the Becky stuff. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I like
It
how
didn't
seriously you
quite
said
work.
that. Obviously, we're the authority. But,
Oh, yeah.
We, the WWE universe, are the
right.
authority.
yeah.
We're the icon.
Drew attacks Reigns for a scheduled match with Corbin like a proper dick. And yeah, he beat the hell out of Reigns.
You really did.
Instead, it's Dean versus Drew. Big Wild Falls Can't Anywhere brawl. McIntyre wins. Yeah, good job at re-energizing McIntyre after all those losses he just did against Balor.
But
whatever.
the finish was cool when he put Dean's head through the steps railing and then
Finish was cool.
claymored it off.
It's just, it's a bit late, isn't it? It's a bit close to WrestleMania to just build someone up in this amount of time, just have them lose to Reigns, which is what's going to happen.
You can't not have Reigns win as well, yeah.
No, yeah, exactly.
But I'd rather it wasn't Drew.
Yeah, same. Same.
Never mind.
Got to be someone. He'll recover because he's so bloody good.
And big.
Big. Mighty.
They don't call him the Scottish psychopath for nothing. No one calls him that. Sherman comes out as best in the world here. Oh, this is so good.
Oh, yeah, one of SmackDown.
So again,
yeah.
me going, they're not going to be able to do anything with Shane, surely, because he's like, yeah, Attitude Era. Say my name again. Say it with feeling. Give me what I want. Oh, it was so good. He's sick of helping others get ahead. He'll be
yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Is that recording? Yes. Orton and AJ, hilarious promo segment with some great insults. Orton roasts TNA in Ring of Honor. AJ says the RKO was a knockoff Diamond Cutter match. 2005, I was wrestling The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and you were getting a tan with Dixie Carter.
Dixie's fired back in a big way on Twitter. Oh, it was weak.
Don't make me throw my dad's money at you. Yeah, no, I pretty enjoyed these two.
You want some Panda energy, mate? I used to think when I was a kid that it was Panda Pop. Like, remember Panda Pop?
As in the company that owns Panda
when I was
Pop.
The new energy drink,
When I was
Panda
a kid,
Pop.
I was probably like 16, 17. I wasn't like 8.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's pretty recent, that.
Yeah, I thought it was Panda Pop. You remember Panda Pop?
I do remember Panda Pop.
Blue one.
Man.
Excellent.
Nah, the strawberry
strawberry
jelly and ice
that's
cream.
it.
Amazing.
Ah,
Just a school disco classic.
That was my Friday treat of it being good.
Panda
Really?
Pops,
Pops.
great.
Yeah.
Bring back Panda Pops.
No.
Cultaholic the movie. Ice cream bars. Panda Pops. There we go.
They exist still. I have one.
Give us what we want.
Do they? Really? No.
No, I thought they got rid of them.
No, it might have been a knockoff brand. Oh.
Can we get some delivered for the office?
Yeah, of course we can.
Penguin Pops.
Christmas party's coming up.
I thought they got rid of them because of the whole reducing sugar content for kids.
They were sugar-free anyway. Aspartame, honey. I made a documentary about aspartame once.
Did you?
Oh, I've signed
that
a
on
non-disclosure
cultaholic.com?
agreement. I'm not allowed to talk about it. Carry on.
What documentary? Dissension between Mandy and Sonya. Asuka beats Sonya after Mandy accidentally trips her.
It's part
Cool.
2, yeah. It was a continuation of the Fastlane thing.
Mysterio pins Joe in a tag match. Want to talk about Mysterio's gear here?
Oh, it made him
his
look like
arse
he was
thing.
nude.
Yeah.
Made him
Or
look
wearing a
like,
thong.
made him look like he was in the Billy Buff.
In the nips.
In the yeah, those women were in the yeah.
Yeah, nothing else there. Another good match.
Yes.
New Day, having interrupted a tag match earlier in the night and beat the hell out of everybody, pled Kofi's case to Vince. Vince goes, announces a gauntlet next week. Kofi versus half the roster.
Well, Kofi
Kofi
was so good. He barely said a word for the first half of it, and his facial expression, his acting was so good. He looked so genuinely like full of like righteous fury. It's so good.
Couldn't agree more.
Righteous
I think this has
indignation.
been not
Yeah.
just the best promo of 2019, but the best promo of the last year. I thought it was absolutely terrific. Everyone played their role perfectly. It's just when the New Day stopped goofing about and then speak with such passion and conviction, it feels bigger because they're goofing around all the time.
Yeah.
You know it's serious.
It's like the end of Blackadder.
Oh, wow,
when
yeah,
they
oh,
go over
great
the line,
point.
yeah, and all get
That's when those stuff's on. When it's like, oh, New Day being serious.
Yeah.
Like, again, when they beat up everybody that messes them at the show, that was good. An honorable mention to Becky's. It's hard to outsmart someone with no brainer.
Yeah.
However she said it, it's a lot more eloquently than me. NXT.
She called Ronda a little weird. You little weirdo.
Just to touch on the Kofi stuff, one more. I think this is how you blur the line of kayfabe and reality in wrestling. It's with the Ronda stuff, which just goes completely over the line and weakens everything else on the show, but also her and her opponents.
Yeah.
This felt real.
Yeah.
This felt they were incorporating real life backstage elements into something that we as people can associate with as well, not just wrestlers, but stuff that we're aware of. It's just like, oh, I've missed my kids, whatever. Yeah. All that stuff, people can associate that's human. And that's why it was so good.
And
Especially
it has to work both ways. It all has to make sense. If wrestling was real, it has to make sense there as well. Yes. And it did. Yeah. Like Punk's pipe bomb, for me, did pretty much make sense in kayfabe as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great, yeah.
And especially in an office environment, or anyone's worked in that type of thing, where you go, I've been here X amount of years. I've never done anything bad. I've never done this. Why am I not getting a shot? Never complain. And that guy, it's very, very relatable.
Yeah.
I saw what that guy did in the toilet and he got a raise. That is disgusting. Disgusting. NXT, he looks like the UK version, because why not? NXT UK had Volta and Pete Dunne.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently mental.
Mark Coffey puts Walter in the corner, he chops him, and Walter just like walks up to him and hugs like, I'm sorry. No, that was very, very well done. And other stuff happened on the show.
Big NXT.
Amir Jordan and
yeah.
Kenny Williams won a match.
Did they? I like their pairing. Their backstage skits are really funny.
They're goofy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, and
Kenny's the serious one. And he says real name.
Noam Dar came out and started talking.
He's a bad guy now.
Yeah, but
listen here, Raji.
He threatened the Blue Peter man.
Good.
Yeah.
But 12-year-old kid.
He's good. He's very good at what he does. I like him a lot.
What does he do?
Backstage interviews.
Ranty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a good presenter. He's good. Yeah.
Aye,
Anyway, I'm pro
Well, it
Noam
seems
Dar,
like
so-
he seems like he doesn't fit in at all. I know that's rich coming from. I've been on wrestling shows and stuff.
Yeah,
but-
it's great to say, this guy just doesn't know what he's talking about.
well, it seems like he's from Art Attack or whatever. Like, not Art
Yeah.
Attack. He's
Blue
very
Peter.
Blue Peter. He's very Blue
I
Peter.
know. Whoa. But you know damn well that Art Attack is a CITV.
Yeah,
program.
sorry. Yeah,
How
yeah.
dare you?
He looks like he's just stepped off the set of Tracy Beaker. Like, what's going on?
That's a BBC thing. There you go. Anyway, moving on from that. I have no issues with. Noam Dar came out and started just giving it big gins. He was great. He goes, next time we're going to... NXT UK is going to become the greatest city in the world, Glasgow. Crowd, boo. Oh, no. Why? He said someplace we're not from. Why? Well done, mate. Anyway, I'm here to stay. I'm not going to do the accent, but I'm not like when Mark Andrews went to 205 Live and then got back and had to, I think, went on his little skateboard all the way back to Wales.
Oh.
It was Twitter Noam Dar, which has been down for ages.
Yeah.
And then in American NXT Full Fat, there was some stuff.
Yeah, Gargano turned on Ciampa.
Yeah.
After Ciampa,
Goosebumps watching this.
Ciampa attempted to turn on him first.
Yes.
Gargano was
And
like,
Yes.
He
That's worth
faked
it.
a knee injury during the match.
Yeah.
And then
Just
he was like, no.
he pressed R1 at the right time. And oh, it's like, yeah, of course I know you're going to do this, you idiot.
It was like he stopped and then he threw him into the thing, which is what Ciampa did to him. And then he shook his leg as if to be like, it's fine, that's all right. And then Candice was on his side. Oh,
Can we pretend that it was bad because it's over now?
I know, yeah,
That's
it's not gonna. I know. I didn't. It's a bit. We know that the neck surgery was because of a build-up of injuries, but if someone had told me that it was because of the super kick that Gargano gave him,
Oh,
because
yeah.
that was stiff.
Well, they can
He
do that now,
rocked
surely,
him.
can't they? Oh my God, Ciampa's out because Gargano super kicked him.
Because he broke his neck on a super kick.
He broke time because this happened weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's only just got round to hurting him.
It was a good match as well that
Yep.
they had.
Well, I mean, against Black and Ricochet, it could not be.
True. They progressed to the finals against the Forgotten Sons.
That's right, the Forgotten Sons, who I legitimately forget about. Ha ha ha, no pun intended.
They beat Mustache Mountain. Big win
How
for them.
dare they?
All right.
I'm not happy with that.
I want to give them a chance.
I don't.
Okay.
I like him. Screw him.
I want the Street Profits to do well, but I've had disagreements with Ben Potter in the main office. room.
Potter.
Ben Potter, because I was like, Ben, like brings the swag like nobody can. It's the Street Profits, and he says only Montez Ford, and I'm like, oh, poor D'Angelo
He's
Dawes.
right. I think you might be right.
Well, I mean, I've got to disagree because one of them knows how tags work.
Yeah,
Still not forgetting about last week. How dare that happen? And anything else in wrestling this week? Other than Direct Stuff being amazing, Bobby Guns is the new champion.
Robert
and Lucky Kid.
Rifles. Robert Rifles, I've called him there for a bit of a joke.
Bobby Guns,
Robert
Robert
Rifles.
Rifle.
Oh, God. All right.
New Japan Cup's been
Go on. Carry on.
New Japan Cup's been going on. Ospreay has been slaying giants left, right, and center. Ishii and Yuji Nagata just hit each other a lot of times in the face, and it was good.
Nagata's still gunning.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not a New Japan
blue
guy.
dress-
I just
blue.
assumed he was like a special
Blue,
event only.
still wearing
so-
his blue, still
okay,
doing
cool.
the thing with the shirt. Yeah, him and Ishii just hit each other in the face lots and
Okay,
got like
cool.
4.5 stars or whatever. Ibushi and Naito tried to break each other's neck, and it was uncomfortable at points. Really good match, but I can't remember what the move's called. I think he calls it the Ibushi driver, but he gave Naito a move at one point, which was like a tiger driver, but just straight onto his neck. It was gross. It might be like a Mizawa move or something, but it was horrible.
Who's going to win, Jack?
Ibushi's going to win. No, sorry, Okada's going to win,
Okay.
and then Wrestle Kingdom next year is going to be Ibushi versus Ibushi's going to win the G1.
Okay.
That's my call. I said it on Twitter,
Lock
and
it in.
quite a few people have been like, "But Jay White," and I'm like, "Yes, I haven't thought it through. I don't know I think it'll be Ibushi Okada. I think that's the feud of the future, because I can't think of them wrestling too much in the past.
No.
And also, Stokely Hathaway's been making more and more appearances in WWE.
WWE.
So happy for him.
your boy
He's
And-
everybody's boy, man. He's just a lovely guy.
And Robbie
As
E.
far as I know. And Robbie E, yeah.
and a
Oh,
third person that I can't-
3PW Illuminati.
Yes,
And the third guy who I don't know, who's
big,
Shouch.
He's big, yeah, it's good.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
And now it's time to have a look in our mailbag. Oh, do the bit where it looks like. How about
It's
I
the
time
word,
that right
it's
this
the-
time?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, now it's time to have a look in our mailbag. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
there
it's-
you
yeah.
go. Making as many appearances this week as Brock. And number one, evening chaps, is it? I had a strange experience this morning. I'm at university as a final year music student up in sunny Newcastle. I go on placement every Friday to a local primary school, and this morning I was running late with a bass guitar and a trumpet strapped to my back. To my surprise, I passed Sam Driver walking the other way through the mean streets of Heaton. Right.
Heaton's the worst thing that could happen to you in Heaton is that like you get too second-hand high off all the weed and you pass out in the street. Like it's or get attacked by a cat. There's lots of cats and weed.
I knew it was definitely him because he looked exactly like the laminated photo I kept of him under my pillow. I didn't want to stop and bother him because, quite frankly, I'm not a dick. But at the same time, turn the page, I realised that I never normally see anyone of such renown unless I've paid for a ticket. Actually, I met Richard Blackwood once at Borough Bridge Service Station circa 1996 at the height of his Who Da Man fame. Not a big fan. With this in mind, my question is, you guys have met all kinds of famous people through your work. So prior to Cultaholic and WC, had you ever met anyone famous purely by chance? My friend says he met Robson Green once at Uso'S in Tynemouth, so I know it does happen. Lucky sod. Thanks for everything you guys do, Glenn. I totally thought that was one of those copy-paste things where it's like...
And then Sam jumped in the stream.
Yeah. But that was actually a real thing that happened. Oh, okay, awesome. I'm glad that Sam was nice. People before pre-fame. Well, I think Pacitti always been famous, so I don't know.
Superstar.
Yeah.
That's Samson.
No, I've never, not yet. But he is playing in Blackpool very soon, and I'm planning on going.
The night before Eurovision.
Yeah, big time.
Lovely.
Anyway, yeah, I've got one.
Look, Fizz are there as well, and various other.
Bloody hell.
Tickets available now. This isn't like by chance. So I don't know if this counts. I'm going to tell it anyway. So I was doing GMTV. I sound like such a wanker. I was doing GMTV.
Who was hosting at the time?
Lorraine Kelly was on it, but her show was called The Rain Today or something like that. It was Kate Middleton.
No, that's the princess.
That's the princess. It wasn't her. Kate something, and she was rude to me. She didn't get the joke.
Oh,
it's on my YouTube. The joke was me. Essentially, it was the dream girl thing. Anyway,
the girl of his dream.
Akon was.
I don't want segment by segment, so I can't.
Akon was in the green room. He was performing. Well, that's the question. You can't have a go at me for saying. So he was there. He was performing, and he was just. Fair play to him. I don't know anything about Akon. Lonely, I think was his song, right?
Smack that all on the floor.
Also, do that. And he went round shaking hands.
Oh, yeah.
But he was kissing people on the cheeks. But everyone that he got to before me was a woman. But I was starstruck, despite the fact that I don't know who he is. And I was just so overwhelmed by the experience of about to be on GMTV with the cameras and the lights and all that stuff. I took his hand and I stood up. And I went for his cheeks as well. But as we kissed on the cheeks, he turned and I essentially caught the side of his mouth with my mouth, kissing Akon.
You've kissed
Akon on the lips. So there's there's mine. It wasn't by chance, but I saw Dara O'Brien, Brian, outside a tube station in London once. And I went, you Dara O'Brien? He went, yeah. I went, all right. There you go. There's my...
what else did you say? Oh, good on you.
Thanks, Jack.
I'm not going to lie. I included that question because I knew you'd have some sort of story that was worthwhile. But I didn't think it would be as good as kissing Akon on
By
the lips.
accident, yeah.
You should never go first in these things.
No, I was a fool.
Mine aren't as good. When I was like 5 or 6, I met Hunter from Gladiators.
You bastard. Really?
What culture? I think it was Hunter. He was on the set of Wade Barrett's film.
Was he the bald one? He's bald now.
No, he's got long flowing hair.
Wolf.
No, I know Wolf.
Oh, Hunter had long blonde. He was like the Superman looking one.
Okay, right.
But
no, maybe it wasn't.
I think he's bald now. But when I met him,
Looks
he
like
was
Justin Sysom, right?
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
But he was like opening a shop in Jarrow or something.
God.
Also, literally a few weeks ago, saw Scotty T from Geordie Shore. But you do living in Newcastle occasionally, just
That
on a
doesn't
night out.
count.
Yeah. And when I was 17 at Leeds Festival, first time I'd been to a festival, we all sat around having a drink after the bands and stuff. We went back to the tents and put all our seats in a circle and that. All like little group of us from school and stuff. And one of my mates, Catherine, went to the toilet and she came back like ages later, running back. And we were like, "You're right." And she was like, just met Harry Styles. This isn't like peak of fame One Direction. This is when they were just getting big. all the girls in the group jump up and run away screaming, and it's just me and the lads left, just like, all right.
It was really him.
Well, they didn't find him again, but Catherine showed us a picture that she did take with him.
And it was him.
And he was off his face.
Oh, right. Fair play.
And he was like our age as well, so he wouldn't have been old enough to have a drink, but neither were we. Wow. Yeah, Harry. So I nearly met Harry Styles. Yeah.
Cool, that's good. Do you remember the TV show? You maybe don't, because it's a while away, and there's talk about everything else in the show, so maybe some people will. Called Run the Risk.
No.
It was a game show where it was all just on one big platform. Again, it's been years.
Is this where you
since I've
go
seen
around
it.
with a hammer trying to find the bell?
Oh, you have seen it. And anyway, that point was, I had a birthday meetup when I was, it could be 5 or 6 maybe. And so hang out with some friends from school, Newton Aycliffe or whatever, and then we happened to go to McDonald's, which for us was a big deal back in the day, going to McDonald's, because my mum was a vegetarian, it's like, and we were poor, so nah. It's before the pound menu. And we're going there, and Shane Ritchie from Run the Risk, probably for other things, but was there at the McDonald's.
Why? I know Shane
up.
Ritchie, but brown hair.
Yeah, very excitable.
Alfie Moon from
Yeah.
from EastEnders.
Oh, yes, no, but to me, he'd always be the Run the Risk guy.
Okay.
And he was there, what I can only assume, well, now I guess he was just scanning for some McNuggets. But my mum was like, oh my God, look, for your birthday. Look. I'm like, oh my God. My mum knows shit. Oh my God. Like, as a kid, there must be some sort of service where you're like, hey, it's me son's birthday. Do you mind, like, so there's a photo somewhere of me. I'm dead looking at it, because I'm like, I'm probably like this. And Jamie's like, oh God. I can't even get a McFlurry in peace.
Imagine if he just got, piss off, kid.
Yeah.
Your mum's hired this nasty man. That's amazing.
Look, I'll buy you a small Coke if you phone me, kid. So for the longest time, I thought, like, yeah, my mum had some pull, whatever. It's like, oh yeah, I've got Shane Ritchie's number, of course.
But he was just there.
It just happened, because it was at McDonald's. We didn't have like a party bit. We would get the food and leave. So I was like, oh my God, look who's in the queue. Best birthday ever.
Never mind.
Oh yeah, anyway, questions. Hey guys, love what you do. But that's all, I got me headache. My question is regarding the 3...
Richard's got some paracetamol.
Thank you. My question is regarding the 3 mega baby faces who are going for the titles at Mania. I think many people believe not all 3 will win, so what 2 would you like to see win? Becky, Seth, or Kofi? That's from Glenn Donnelly, in brackets, a different Glenn.
I thought I'd emphasise, because there were 2 lads called Glenn who got the first 2 questions in, so I thought I'd just make sure that you didn't think it was the same man.
Clone Glenn.
Yes.
He's the Earth 2-1. That's a good question, because I think we've said about a few times on the podcast.
You've got to drop one.
Well, Becky has to win.
I know.
Kofi has to.
You can't.
Really?
Drop
You think
Becky.
But she's probably ending the show.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Right.
That's, if it's main eventing, though, then that shouldn't happen, of course, because WrestleMania. No, I think a lot of the brilliance of the story has gone. Like, the feud isn't what it was, and you could sort of have a redo, essentially. You could have her lose at WrestleMania and then win another big pay-per-view, maybe Money in the Bank, maybe SummerSlam, and just try again with the story.
Nah.
Okay.
I disagree with everything. I think people have overanalyzed, and I know it's our job, but the bits that we're doing on Raw and SmackDown, they're just trying to get their way to WrestleMania. It's fine. I don't think they've messed up the storyline at all. The storyline is Becky winning the title at WrestleMania and beating both Ronda and Charlotte. That's it. Doesn't matter what they do on Raw and SmackDown. Doesn't matter how many bad promos Ronda cuts on a couch.
That's fine. And maybe you're right about the over-analysis of storyline, but listen to the crowds every single week. They're less and less interested, and it's that simple.
I don't know if it is that simple, though, because WrestleMania changes everything. Things can get fixed because it's WrestleMania.
I don't think that Becky going from being the number one guy, the number one man, whatever, in the company, going down a bit means, oh, that's it, cancel WrestleMania. Like, I'll definitely.
No, I'm not saying. But
do you not think there's
the
been pops because nothing's happening right now?
Let me explain why I want Kofi and Seth to win then, because Kofi is as hot as he's ever going to be in his career right now. Now's the time to pull the trigger on Kofi.
Agreed.
Because most people are invested in that storyline. I would argue that more people are invested in that than the Becky storyline, and it's also time for Brock Lesnar to go away. So that's why I'm choosing Becky if we've got to choose one. I think that you could redo Becky and present her as the badass that she should be presented as, not just somebody who has been gifted a win and all this other stuff that has damaged her character. I think you could just have another try. And it would still be great.
I think she's going to ride the rocket all the way to Mania, and I think Seth is going to lose to Brock, even though I want Brock to lose to friggin' Kurt Hawkins. It's because Seth just, there's not much you can do when it's not much. Ooh, what the great chemistry they have when they're never together.
I'd go for Seth as well if I had to choose one to lose, but going to be a bit cheeky because I think that Becky has to win. I think Kofi has to win, but I think that if Seth wins and it's positioned well enough in the card, the crowd won't be totally down on it. Brock's winning, but as long as it's not too late on in the night, it's not going to feel too bad. And then Seth should beat him the next night on Raw. That'll be awesome.
All right, I'm all right with that.
But I've really sort of played with the rules of the question there. Like I don't know.
Why does the rematch happen? Screwy
I don't
finish?
know.
Or?
Yeah, anything like that.
Okay.
Just because I feel like Seth's already had a huge WrestleMania moment at 31. Doesn't need it as much again. But Kofi and
That's a
Becky
good point.
don't. Yeah, they do. So yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
fair.
I like you doing the Shatter doing the Kobashi Maru. You just changed the questions. That was a bit.
You know
that was
too
a
much about
very,
wrestling.
very
yeah.
sad wrestling reference to Star Trek. Anyway.
Oh right. God, I've never
hello,
even
lads.
watched it.
So the other day I was napping and had this amazing dream. Oh God, it's always hell. Where I'm not making this up. Adam Pacitti was giving birth to a horse.
It's your horse.
After he was done, and the horse came out the stomach.
Yeah.
Pacitti looked towards the camera and looked like he was.
Oh, there's
on,
a camera as well. Okay.
Well, obviously, I'd film
Well,
this.
his point of view in the dream, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
yeah.
So he calls his face the camera.
The,
Yeah.
the POV shot. Pacitti looked towards the camera and looked like he was on The Office, and he smirked because he was so proud of himself.
He's giving birth to a horse.
My question is, what's the weirdest wrestling dream you've had? That's not a wrestling dream, though. That's a wrestling dream to you, I guess.
I'm a professional wrestler. Keep
Up the. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you have a cage match profile. I apologize. Keep up the good work. Love your content, boys. I don't know if he likes our content, boys, or likes boys, but regards. Oh God. Abhishek from
yeah.
Gagwan, India. Jack, please don't do an Indian accent. You don't have to worry about Jack doing an Indian accent. It's bad, dude. Maffew, just don't say my name. Just say some guy.
I think it's Abhishek.
I'm sorry, pal. I'm just not very cultured.
Abhishek. There was an Abhishek at my school.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You can answer the question then.
Well, I included it because I literally had a wrestling dream last night. It's pretty easy for me to remember.
Okay.
I was at a festival in the summer, but instead of music acts, it was every stage was actually like a building. Some were outside as well, but there was different wrestling shows going on throughout the day. It's summer festival of wrestling, right? So you could meander between the tents or whatever and have a look at some of the wrestling going on.
See Harry Styles.
But I wasn't Harry Styles or not, and I was, but I wasn't a punter. I was in the biz, right? I was helping out.
Helping in what way?
But as far as I can tell, my only
Himself.
role was to just hang out with Moose a lot. I was just hanging out with Moose. Ospreay was there, but he was too busy to like really hang out. He kept running around because he was wrestling. I assume he was wrestling like a million matches at these different shows. And then I really needed the toilet. I've told Adam this beforehand. He knows. I've told you this before.
Yeah.
This bit I've told you.
Yeah, carry on.
And you loved it. I needed the toilet, but I held it in and didn't go because the toilet was just a single toilet in a field, open. Everyone could see you sitting and having a poo. So I didn't do it. And that was the end of the dream there, featuring Moose, Ospreay, and a toilet.
Were you partnering up with Moose in the other place?
Partnering up with him.
What did you do any skits or whatever?
Oh no! What back in
skits?
What back in WCW?
Yeah.
No. Moose. Mine and Moose's friendship goes back to a show where he came over, and I was working on the merch table, and he was like, "You Jack the Jobber?" I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Oh man," and I was like, "What?" And it was legit.
Oh,
and then
a genuine fan. That isn't bollocks.
No.
By the way, what Jack said there is Moose is a mark for Jack the Jobber.
Yeah. And then later on, we were going back to the hotel, and I'd grabbed a McDonald's and stuff. But I was eating the chips on the way, so I'd finished the chips. By the time I got in the lobby, Moose is sat there, and he's like, "You got any of them fries, Jack?" And I was like, "No, sorry, Moose." And he was like, "Oh man," and he just didn't. I don't know what he would have done if I had chips, because he would have just taken them off me because I can't do anything because it's Moose.
yeah.
Also, he's friends with Pacitti because at Manchester Wrestling Media Con, he walked past you and did like a cool like fist or something, and you sort of did it back, and Ross was like, "Look at you, Mr. Cool."
I
remember
that.
this. He was
I don't remember that
He was
at
like,
all.
"What's up, Adam?" And you were like, "All right, Moose," and all the fans were like,
Well,
"Ooh."
I was always trying to do something with Moose with WCPW. Every time I would like talk to the people who booked it and be like, "I want to do something with Moose. Just put me in the ring with Moose, and we'll just dick about for a bit." And I'd really, really like to do that, and it never happened.
They
And I was
once.
gutted.
Moose would be like, "I'll go home." Like in the dark segment, we'd play Moose's music. He'd come out. Sometimes he wasn't even booked on the show. He'd just turn up, come out, hit a stunner in the ring. And then on the World Cup final, after that, I thought that's what we were going to do as well. But instead, Adam queued up my music, and Kushida's in the ring, having won the World Cup.
I remember this,
The heels are beating him down, and Ospreay, and we need someone to save the day. And instead of Moose's music, Adam was genuinely going to play mine, which starts whoa, whoa,
Jack the Jobber with the Cheeky Club logo.
I was there, but like
you were getting ready to go as well.
No, I wasn't.
You couldn't have not gone.
I was
if
like,
I'd played your music and you hadn't gone, you can't no show.
I was like, don't do it. Please don't do it. Don't do it. And Dixon, the promoter, was like, do it. And I was like, my bosses are watching. Like, they're here right now. I'm going to get in trouble. They'll think I've done it. And I can't run out and save Kushida.
Oh my God. Who was in the ring at that moment? Like Rampage Brown?
No, it was the Prestige. It was Henry, Joe Coffey, BT Gunn, and Travis Banks. Just start popping off stunners on all that.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
You should have. Whoops.
Well, who would have sold for me out of those four?
Trav would have.
Joe Coffey would have done it in an exaggerated way and somehow think that the joke was on me because I'm a mark and that. Right. But really, he would have looked like a dick in this hypothetical that I've made.
BT Gunn would have just stared at you.
BT Gunn, when the beatdown actually did happen, I think it was Rampage who led the babyface challenge.
Oh, that's right, Rampage came on.
They were stunnering all the heels in the ring, and I saw BT just walk through the crowd. And he walked past, and I was like, "You're not gonna?" And he was like, "No, F that." I was like, "All right, fair enough."
But if you'd been there,
I'd
sell for Rampage. You, Jack.
You seen on Henry's show? He's like, "Why does no one in the business like me, BT? Because you're a prick."
Because you're a prick.
They're all great guys, right? They're all smashing.
They all are, but they know way with him. Them selling the stunner.
Ligero sold a stunner for me once, and he flew. It was amazing. It was so good. Anyway, dreams.
I want that to be my dream. Yeah, I had a dream where Jack the Jump
of the Prestige.
Beer like New Jack.
I do the thing where one of them goes to charge, and I like throw him, and the other one accidentally gives him a DDT. I switch the leg.
You doing spots? Go on, lads, just be practiced. Did you do that? Did you do again?
Watch the Jack attack. What's the Jack attack? What's my finish?
Cut the clothesline. Take the Jack attack.
No, the Jack attack was a float over DDT.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah,
take the Jack off. That's my secondary finisher on 2K19. Did you do any things like that in what culture?
What?
Come out, do a beatdown?
Yeah.
Did you do a beatdown?
He did his own Pacitti when he was a heel.
Okay.
Everyone gave him a stunner, but he no-sold the first two that I did too.
Got straight back up like that.
Yeah.
And then I think you kicked me legit in the bollocks.
No,
you came down. Sorry, mate.
Yeah,
sorry.
I did the wrestling thing, because on the third one, I think I actually grabbed his head or something, but I did say sorry.
Stiff that night. It's a receipt.
For no selling me. Yeah, we did loads of that sort of
Yeah, it was good fun.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah, wrestling's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, but if the crowd's
So
cheering.
easy.
The crowd were popping for it.
Yeah, they loved
and
it.
like
Just
you
pop
could
yourself.
tell though that the wrestlers were like, what is going on?
Understandably.
I've spent years
Count the money
honing this
backstage.
body. Here comes some lads who laugh at what we do for a living to hit 1 million stunners on us.
There's some wrestler like trying to sell merch. It's like Sabre Jr.'s trying to sell merchandise and no one's looking at him because some kids in the ring and they were stunners at each other. It's just like. Also, I think as I popped the boys, I want to apologise. Last week, I did a confusing reference because someone said, "Oh, pop the boys," which was stuff. And I said, "Oh yeah, and Dave Rain will get booked." I do apologise. That was nothing against Dave Rain. I actually got the name mixed up with Dean Knight, who is booked to pop the boys because he's not very good. So apologies to Dave.
Whoa! I'm not taking that.
I'm sorry.
Not the
I might be on Dean the Dark Knight show very soon.
Which one? The annual one where he saves up his ESA money.
Say no more.
Okay, I won't say anymore.
Stay tuned, but you're coming.
Oh, I'll come if you're booked. Absolutely. He doesn't watch his show. Should have got dial up. Wrestling dreams I've had. Weirdest wrestling dream. We're supposed to be having lots of them. I had one actually the other day. It's weird how you forget dreams, then you say, oh yeah, I remember one. Because we did a karaoke at Dub X Dub. So obviously, I must have had like memories in my head of us singing because we did karaoke that we did sung just again Hasselhoff and Nordish by Nature and all, the entire weekend pretty much. So I had a dream where it was karaoke with all the wrestlers and we all started, and OSW were there and we all started singing I'll Be Your Hero, the Lex Luger
Great song.
Like I made the dream. Maybe he was there in the corner. Because and again the lyrics. It's a proper karaoke thing as well. So there's a machine that has all the lyrics. Because why wouldn't it have "I'll Be Your Hero," Lex Luger tribute '93 as in the van, Everyone in the club, which looks like Ibiza, is like, I'll be your hero.
So wait, OSW weren't actually there. This is in the dream.
No, this is a dream.
Oh bollocks! I thought they were there at WXW.
Right? No. Again, in Germany, not only is OSW there, but Lex Luger's there. Probably with an OSW shirt on. Why
Yeah,
not?
it's also like '93 Lex Luger, isn't it? It's not modern day Lex Luger. He
At
probably
the exact time that the beat drops and I'll be your hero, he rams his friggin' bus in the side of Central, like, I'll be your hero. That was a good thing, when you have dreams about the things you've had, but the slightly exaggerated versions.
Yes.
So then I'll forget and be like, oh, mate, remember last year when we sang I'll Be Your Hero? What?
Crowd will go.
Yeah.
Lex.
Yeah, remember, everybody, even the people who didn't know the song, were like, I'll be your hero.
Do you remember that time when Daz Sampson asked you to be on the cover of his album? Bollocks.
Oh, no. What if that was a dream? What if
true.
none
You're
of this
right.
is real right
That's
now?
a real
It's true,
fear.
I've seen the DMs. It's true.
Oh, thank the Lord, but you could be Dream Jack right now. I've got one. So
go
before
on.
I made my professional wrestling debut at the Bournemouth Pavilion, I was really, really nervous about it, understandably, because I hadn't really trained properly, and I'm pathetic.
No.
So, well, in a way. And so I had a dream that I was going to be in the ring with... Yestin Reese was the first guy in there. This is like, I don't know, probably 10 years ago now. Jeez.
So interrupt. So you did wrestling stuff before What Culture?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know
I
that.
did a
Sorry,
documentary.
carry on.
For uni, I did a documentary where I learned to
Was
wrestle.
Yestin Reese wrestling that long ago?
Yeah,
Wow.
man.
Oh, yeah.
He's a lot bigger now, and he was, he's great guy. And I was told that I was going to be in the ring with him first, and like before that, before it actually happened, we got in the ring and we talked through everything that was going to happen. But the previous night, knowing that it was going to be me and Yestin in the ring, I had a dream that I was the bad guy, right? And that's what happened. And came to the ring, and then immediately he pulls my wrestling shorts down, exposing my penis and buttocks to the entire crowd, and starts spanking me, and then starts going, easy, easy, easy. And the crowd are going mental, chanting easy. And then the last thing, he was teasing it. Who wants to see it? He's got me bent over, saying that I'm going to, the thumb is, this is a dream, by the way. I'm going to keep saying that in case there's a soundbite of this.
Or a PWG show.
And it goes, easy, easy, easy. Who wants to see it? Getting closer and closer. And just as it gets there, wake up. Cold sweat.
Did you?
Have you seen a therapist?
We saw Yestin Reese when we interviewed him in Kip Sabian. Did you mention this to him? Have you ever mentioned
No, this is the first time I've told this story.
Why didn't you mention it to him?
Because
Did you-
I don't know why I've talked
Did you
about it
chat
here
to him? Did
yeah,
you
I had
chat-
a brief
'cause
chat with him.
I didn't
Yeah,
realise you
all
went
right,
so
mate.
far back.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've met him once before that, so
Right.
it wasn't like we were best mates or anything.
But did you remember you?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
a lovely guy, and not into that at all, as far as I know. So that was
just
just
thumbs up
a
the
yeah.
arse.
What a
you can
coincidence if he
imagine.
was.
He put the wings
He's just
up
like,
and
oh,
like-
great, Pacitti, I'm so happy here. I'm dreaming. Oh, great.
Get your pants
when are you
down,
free? I'll book the pavilion.
Come on, everyone. Alex Shane, Steve Linsky, look at this. Easy.
Yeah. Steve Yarra doing the introductions.
Dave Bradshaw. Oh, come on! Come on!
Stallion, get him. Check his oil. Okay, thank you very much for sending us questions. If you would like to send us your questions, if they're good questions or bad questions, it doesn't matter. We'll just talk crap anyway and get revelations like that. And then we'll compete the same way. Please send them to...
Mailbag at cultaholic.com.
My head hurts.
I need to sleep.
It's Cultaholics.
And this week's big question, which we thought of ourselves, but coincidentally, Peter Van Voort also said, so we'll give him a shout out.
Probably Voogd.
Voort.
Peter Van Voogd,
Van
probably
Voogd.
Dutch. Cheers, Peter, for the...
I'm not
use
going to
of
get this
our-
right. I'm sorry.
In fact, right,
Petey.
you know what? This probably happens quite a lot where the big question is something that someone sent in.
Oh,
So
yeah,
if you've
sure.
ever sent in a big question that we've used,
not
we're
nicked it.
sorry. We've not nicked it, but shout out to Peter for this one, but we did already think of it.
Yeah. Is, after that preamble, who should have Kurt Angle's last match at WrestleMania?
Kurt Angle, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
I know the way I said that for cheating. Easton Reese is your answer.
I think I've got one.
Go on.
I was going to say Jason Jordan, not Jason Jordan. Chad Gable.
That's a good one.
Because it should have been Chad with Angle doing something anyway. They've got similar in-ring styles. Gable is weighed down by Bobby Roode, and I know you're going to hate me for saying that because I think you're a Bobby Roode fan. From
I
the
was
TNA
before he
days.
joined Raw.
I just... It's a pairing that has run its course, and Gable is tremendous. He's better on the mic than people give him credit for. He's unbelievable in the ring. He's got that great babyface charisma and that drive and everything. Like, you can just get behind him, and Kurt Angle putting him over would make him.
Yeah. He's like a mixture of Angle and Bryan.
Yes.
He's great. He's so good.
So there's a simple answer.
Good shout.
Good
I think they might actually do it, not at WrestleMania, but in the build-up. In the next few weeks, I think we might see it,
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Maybe.
Apollo Crews and had like that match. I was like, oh.
I think,
Yeah,
I think it'll be longer than, hopefully, anyway.
That'd be cool.
Have you got one?
Yeah. I'm going to go with, because they've just been shut up on Raw and SmackDown and forgotten about, EC3.
Okay,
Oh, of
it's
course,
interesting.
okay.
Because they've already had
EC3.
history in TNA, which they now reference. So I'm like, oh, great. EC3 needs to do something after he got John Wayne bobbeted on the Fastlane. On the Fastlane kickoff show, which is the ultimate in John Wayne bobbeted.
Oh, he was emasculated by Mandy and Sonya, wasn't he? I forgot
That's-
about
They
that.
tried to
yeah.
hit on Mandy by going, I'm EC3, I'm really hot. And it didn't work.
Yeah.
Oi.
Not that hot.
What did you say? EC3's not that hot.
That's his whole thing.
I don't. Not
Look
my
at him.
type.
No, you're tight. Fair enough. All right.
But he's just an orange Easton Reese.
I know it was a dream. Carry on.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I fancied him. Doesn't
Yeah,
mean I
in
wanted to
reality-
happen. I was just worried. I was scared.
Dreams are the window to the subconscious
Yeah. Well.
or something.
So EC3.
I need a hero. EC3, yes, I definitely think that with enough, encouragement, he could be the next big thing in WWE. I've been saying that for years.
You have.
Like I said this about Ring Camp, so you don't know him yet. You will be saying them when they appear on TV. Don't worry. EC3 beats up Angle. And I think it'd be nice if he starts off like nice, like, I'm EC3, yeah, how you doing? And he turns into a dick, like, yeah, leave Angle. You should have left years. He beat him out of TNA, I think. No, he actually did, but let's pretend EC3 did, because I'd say no one paid attention then. And yeah,
He did beat
that'd be the thing
Angle,
he needs.
though.
He did beat him. He beat him for fun and twice on Sundays.
He buried our Rumble. We did a Rumble where the winner got to wrestle Kurt Angle and Henry won, last eliminating EC3, who looks like Henry's evil twin.
Yeah, I said that was my dream match at that moment. So
Right.
they did the Warrior Hogan thing and then immediately went out.
Yeah, but
Damn it.
but he, in the pre-match, we did like little snippets of everyone in the Rumble going like why they were going to win or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
And some people did really well, and then EC3 just went like, I've already beaten Kurt Angle for a title in Impact. And I was like, well, cheers, Ethan, mate. Like, or Michael, or whatever your name is.
It worked for his character.
It did work for his character, and he was a great laugh in the bar afterwards with
Yeah,
Moose.
very nice,
yeah,
man.
him
I've
and
still got the videos of him.
wrestling a fan,
No.
grappling a fan.
This was at the height of deletion with the Hardys. So everyone was going, delete. He goes, I know what it is. I'm on the Impact. Shut up.
Good.
I can't picture the match. That's the problem. Because I want to see Kurt have one last, technical, brilliant.
EC3
thing.
can do that. He just never does.
Really?
Yes, he
okay.
can.
Maybe I'm.
Do little roll-ups.
Who,
and
other than
stuff.
Gable, then, who could he do it with? Because I think Gable's too quick.
John Cena.
No.
Yes, of course you do it with
Who
John
could he
Cena.
do it with?
Why would you want to have waste opportunity to get somebody over and have Cena?
Sam,
I agree.
Sam made a very good point
Why are you
recently. To Sam.
Oh, that's Sam.
out the
Which Sam? That one.
driver.
Mauro.
that
I'm
one.
not pointing at the camera. I'm pointing beyond yonder.
That's Sam Driver over there.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
He's not behind the camera. He's in the other room.
Oh,
He pitched a very good idea, which is that it'll all come full circle. Reckless abandon. That's a Blink-182 song.
Wow.
Ruthless aggression era. The reckless abandon. On and on. The ruthless aggression era began. Cena slapping Kurt Angle in the face.
Yes, that's how it
A
happened.
young Cena. Well, it sort of is.
No, I'm being a dick, sorry.
And it would all come full circle. And you think of the callbacks they could do. They could do him doing it again, or Angle doing it to him, or there's so much scope. There's so much scope.
Haven't they already done that, though?
No, they've never really.
No, since, the last few years... No, actually, sorry, since Angle came back, have they had Cena?
No.
Hmm.
No. Or Joe, because they've got history and Impact as well. That Joe is another one. But they've wrestled a lot of times.
Nah, I don't think Joe needs that right
Joe.
now.
Who was yours? EC3. There's not enough time to build
I'm
it.
this crazy guy. I want somebody new to get over because, the card of Shane McMahon and
Who could it be?
Natty Neidhart getting beat up.
I think it is going to be Cena.
Yeah, I think it
As
is as
well.
well.
Who do you think it's going to be?
Oh, for real, not actually EC3.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Lars Sullivan, if they remember, if they're actually going to do something.
Maybe, but he's running out of time.
Lacey
isn't
Evans. Yeah, one of them.
he? Dun, dun, dun,
You're not ready. Does a 180 goes back. Oh, okay.
She is ready.
I think she just pays attention to a song every time.
Have
It's
you got
weird
Jack?
though. 'Cause, sorry.
Cena.
Oh, you want that to be?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. No, I like it. I think in the amount of time that we've got to build this story, Cena is probably the easiest and
Yep.
most sensible option.
In
Unfortunately.
a dream world though, Matt Riddle
Oh my
good
God,
shout.
yeah.
Hell
and
yeah.
a time machine
Oh, yeah.
for Kurt Angle.
That's a great.
That's a good one. It's really
Yeah.
good.
But
I like
until
it.
then, we're deaf with the cold, harsh truth of reality. Whoever it's going to be, yeah.
It's John Cena, probably. Yeah. Think of the entrances.
Yeah.
Think of the fun.
Think of the toilet break. No. Well, I think that's... I'm joking. I think that's our lot here at the Cultaholic Video Podcast. Adam Pacitti, like to plug yourself?
Adam Pacitti, or you can find me at your local independent wrestling show. Get a finger shoved up my... Jack?
I'll Jack the Jobber. You can find me a foot behind him at a local wrestling. I'll Jack the Jobber on Twitter.
Hi, I'm Maffew. Follow North Wrestling because they have a show this Saturday.
Sunday.
Oh, thank God. I've got plans on Saturday. This Sunday.
Was that you making up for not being there by giving them a plug?
Yes. Don't I can actually go now. Yeah,
I'm going to go.
Thank you very much for joining us. And as always,
join us.
Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments below. You can follow Cultaholic on Twitter @Cultaholic. And you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do, you can pledge to our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. Hit subscribe and don't forget, join us.